What up? What up, what up, what up? Oh no, there's more people talking in the Twitch chat. That's not good. That's never a good sign. Hello, hello. 50 gifted subs. That did not happen. I just went live. I'm about to go to bed. It's like I'm trying so hard. I'm trying so hard to find a time that works, man. I'm really trying. I'm streaming at 8 in the morning. You know, I usually get up at like 3 p.m. I'm trying to fix my sleep for you guys. And then there's always one guy and he's like, I'm gonna go to bed. Can you stream tomorrow? I'm kind of tired. I clicked on the stream and waited an hour for you to go live, just to say that, by the way. Now you're just doing a normal 9 to 5? Shut up, man. I'm trying to hit a time that I hit before when I was back in the UK. And this is pretty late in the UK now. I mean, what's like the UK time now? Okay, it's still pretty over. Like it's still pretty over. But I mean, the only other thing I could do is start streaming at like 6 in the morning. Is it later or is it earlier?
Just pay the IRS already. Here's a bit to help.
Thank you, Annan, for the 10. Appreciate it.
Can you stream tomorrow, please? I'm going sleep now. Chat won't mind.
You know how I do that thing where I say, yeah, I'm going to stream every day, guys, and then I don't stream for a week? Whoops. Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing, right? Thank you, Mordem, for the 5. Thank you for streaming at a reasonable time. I try for you guys. I really put the effort in. Thank you, Fat Fryer, for the 15 months. It's 5:45 p.m. for you. Holy, that's like... Okay, you're definitely an Amerifat. That's like a perfect time. Thank you, Alex, for the 3 months. Giving more money to a millionaire because I have no friends. It's okay, bro. None of us have any friends. Thank you, Wide World, for the 44 months. Can you stream tomorrow instead? No. Thank you, Elixir, for the 5. I made protein cookies, but you get none because you're late. I remember when I did meet and greets and people would bring me like food that they made, and it's like, the thing is, I have such a trust issue with you guys that I would definitely be convinced that someone laced something. So what I would usually do is like, I'd give it to my dad or something or my mum, and then if they didn't die within like 48 hours, then I'd eat it. Thank you, Relic, for joining. Thank you, Yappy, for the 10. Why do you look like MC Ride? All right, if anyone doesn't know who Death Grips are, the group, he's saying I look like this guy. Right, I mean... Yeah, I kind of see the similarities, actually, yeah. I do see it. If I kind of squint my eyes a bit. I like how every other member of the group is white. Like, you could have said anyone else, and it still wouldn't have been accurate, but... you kind of look like MC Ride. I love this picture of him in like in a cafe in the UK. I swear there's a picture of him with Beyonce, and he just looks miserable.
Cynical. I don't know why you try, you know that. You ain't nothing but a hound dogger, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dogger, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught O'Toole and you ain't no friend of mine.
Thank you, Elvis O'Toole, for the 10. I'm so happy they don't have an Elvis text-to-speech yet. Yeah, like this image is so good, it actually looks AI. And you've got, what's his name? Batman. What's his name? He played guitar for like one of the Death Grip songs in like a collab. Robert Pattinson, isn't it? It's Robert Pattinson, right? Yes, yes. See, I said it before chat. I'm smart. There's a delay on chat, by the way. Thank you, Relic, for the 6. There's a game called Texas in Trouble. No. No. I'm not clip farming. I've just started stream. Nah. I knew that there was something I had to, yeah. You guys can have a guess what it was. I think I'm alright. Thank you, Toby, for the 6. Perfect timing, Unk. I was just eating leftovers of my Chinese. I'm feeling quite Chinese today. Thank you, Trump, for the 5. Have you seen the absolute abysmal dumpster fire with Keir Starmer? I have not been involved in like UK politics like at all. I have not been following it. But anytime I hear something that Labour's done, it's just a bad thing. I saw something about like 90% of migrant workers want to leave or something now because there's some change. I don't know. I haven't really followed it too much. But yeah, the UK's washed. Just remember, guys, if you ever need to upload your ID to play video games or to go on...
the stream today and just react to Emmy Soccer Dank Memes Vine compilation.
Thank you, the Jeremy Kyle Show, for the 10. Just remember, guys, it's all the UK's fault with age verification. I like how, dude, any time I've covered the age verification stuff, anytime... A big company always says, yeah, we're working with this third-party company that's really trusted. And then you look into the history, data leak. Or like, they leaked the data themselves and sold it to make a bit of cash on the side.
Pyro, you're always dissing American food, but I want to prove you wrong. Look up Rocky Mountain oysters. It's a Colorado delicacy.
Thank you, Owls, this for the Prime. Rocky Mountain oysters. Get that guy out. Get that guy out. Get the elixir guy out. Why? Now I've probably... is that TOS? I don't even know. I mean, I guess it's like a food, so it's technically okay. Why is it called that, man?
I saw your
Why'd you know about that?
When you got a new haircut by your barber, and I will say they gave you the Francine Frensky cut. You can compare side to side. That shit looks 1 to 1.
Francine Frensky cut. I don't even want to look that up now. It's probably going to be like porn or something. I don't want to look it up. I have no trust with when you guys say something very like vague and niche. It's just like I don't know what I'm looking up. Right, I'm not even showing stream this. I'm looking it up myself. Oh, you mean the character from Hey Arnold? Okay. Yep. Why is that the first result? American Dad, try not to laugh. Great. That's not Hey Arnold. Yeah, it is.
Since you're a freak, what do you think Tony?
Nah, it's Hey Arnold. Oh fuck! Never mind.
It is a dish originally from the country of Swatini.
You should look up Blue Waffle. Okay, all right. 2012's that way, mate. Like, I'm not falling for that one. That was always the joke at school. That was always the joke. Now that's look. I'm showing my age, right? I'm unk, but I'm not falling for tomfoolery like that. Thank you, Butter, for the 46 months. Somehow still better than Christmas dinner. What, the balls, the testicles. Why would you eat that, man? That's like something they'd eat on like one of those Bush Tucker trial things on like I'm a Celebrity. You should check out Oh, I think I know that game. Oh, no, I don't know this game. Oh, that looks kind of peak, actually. Oh, it's first person as well. I'm sold. I'll keep a tab open for that. Thank you, Yappy, for the 20. What do you think Tony Soprano's persona is?
That bowl food is still better than your Christmas dinner.
Yeah, keep coping, bro. Keep coping. Absolute cope. What do you think Tony Soprano's persona is? Well, Charlie Kirk said that his persona was a beaver. So... okay, so one thing I've noticed with Tony Soprano is as the seasons went on, his voice got progressively more fat. Like, he started off with, like, a pretty normal voice. Because in season 1, in, like, the pilot, he actually sounds like how he did in real life. Like, his actor, James Gandolfini. But then he...
Thank you, sweetie, for being great background noise while I work on my paper.
Thank you, Solid, for the 10. Thank you, Pan, for the Prime. So, he got a more progressively fat voice. You know... Like, by season 5 or season 6, I forget the final season, but he's like, Chrissy. I got to get a groove, Chrissy. What are you doing, Chrissy? Chrissy, why are you overdosing in my car, Chrissy? So I think he would be a walrus. I think a walrus would be a good persona for Tony Soprano, I think. Yeah, I think a walrus would be really good.
Hey, so the Rocky Mountain oysters are bull nuts, and in Colorado it's something you can actually get at some restaurants. Being so high up in the mountains and all the weed they smoke has made them eat some British-ass food.
Thank you, little fat boy, for the 10. Rocky Mountain oysters are bull nuts, and in Colorado, it's something you can actually get at some restaurants. Being so high up in the mountains and all the weeds they smoke has made them eat some British-ass food. Yeah, I don't actually think bull testicles are like a thing. I mean, the most disgusting UK food I can think of is probably haggis. I know it's Scottish. Cope. I've never eaten it. So it's a sheep's heart, liver, and lungs, and then it's mixed with like a bunch of oatmeal and onions. I mean...
Non-massacre.
You're gonna stop? You're gonna stop? You're gonna stop? Can you stop? Can you stop? Please stop. Thank you. The non-massacre stream is coming. I mentioned a couple of streams ago, I wanted to get like an office set up and stuff. We're looking at doing that now. I got some meetings about it this week. So very excited. Dude, I could be like one of those big streamers that pulls in like 10k views and they don't view bot. I mean, that's none of them. But still, like, and then having the backdrop and stuff. And then I could pay some guy to like harass me on stream from the streets.
I was oscillating my whiner to inflated BTD6 balloons, and then while I was oscillating my schlong I saw your notification and had to drop everything to watch your mid-stream. You better stream later so I can continue oscillating.
Does like any streamer have a fan base that hates the creator as much as me? I'm being genuine here. I can't think of one. I'm really trying to think here, but I can't think of one. Maybe Los Polos. The fat guy with his fat dad. But I can't... Yeah, everyone's just saying no. Low tier guard? Oh no, they just actually want him dead though. They don't even like him. With you guys, you like me, right? Right, guy? Yeah, it's all a joke, right? You guys don't hate me, right? 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 Right, fellas? Right? DSP? Nah, I think there's a difference between having a fan base that, like, hate on you for a bit and then people that genuinely just hate watch you. Thank you, Cancerous Attitude, for the 44 months. I really hate you. He's been a member. He's been a member for 44 months and he's like, fuck off. Just die. Thank you, Relic, for the 6. You should try Peripetia. I played a bit of that on stream. That's the third... Yeah, the anime one. Yeah, I played a bit of that on stream. Or maybe I didn't. I do have it, though. All right. Also, guys, I have some bad news. I don't think we're finishing Mouse. It's come and it's gone. It was a good game. I enjoyed it, but I think that ship has sailed now. And I did not realize how long the game was. Thank you, Mex, for joining. Thank you, Elixir, for the 5. Fine, Pyro. I guess you are my little pog champ. Thank you, Elixir. Who's gonna tell him? Tell him what? Thank you, Elk, for the Prime. Are you gonna finish Total Chaos? I did finish it. Dude, we're wrapping up the video like now. We're literally adding the final things in the video. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, Total Chaos. I don't think it's gonna be out this month. It will probably be out very early May. Okay? But you guys can't have a go at me because May is when it's my birthday. So you can't have a go at me. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. No. Look, look. There's a lot I've got to add to it. There's a lot, okay? Look. I literally called it. No, yeah. Okay. Oh, wow. You're the only person that was thinking that. Oh, like one of those fucking seals you see on IG Reels that just goes, oh. Yeah, let's not be saying I show lies. Not May 2027. We're so close. But look, man, the month ends in 3 days. Dude, if I'm saying early May, I'm talking like the 5th of May. I'm not talking about like mid-May. I'm talking like the 5th of May. I'm very happy with the video. I think it is a million leagues better than Fear and Hunger.
Baby game too hard for your IGN brain? Can't say I'm surprised.
I gotta watch that IGN review. I know Charlie did a video on it, but this it's like the most painful review I've ever seen. Well, I remember back in like 2020 or like even earlier, everyone was just saying IGN is just paid because they kept giving COD like 9s, but they could actually be paid. This is a really rough review.
I love noir.
When is the next Mr. Breast video? Also, will you ever play Skate 3 on the channel?
The next Mr. Breast video? Dude, you know what the worst thing is I've noticed? Like, PyroLIVE at the minute has been juicing because of the Mr. B stuff. I haven't tried to hide that. Like, I've been milking it 100%. And the views have been insane. And we have, like, basically tripled the amount of subscribers on that channel. There are so many new gens there. I saw, you know how all the comments just bully me constantly? I mean, okay, look, let's go on to, like... Let's go on to PyroLIVE and have a little look. Let's have a little look. All right. Let's have a little look. Okay. Latest video. Yeah, there we go. Top comment. Indeed, Jinxie's situation is far worse. Lesbian XQC. Pyro looks like he believes in Scientology.
Pyro, first time chatter. Did you see the Tecton court case? The dude had his gun confiscated in Texas. He also stated under oath that he started politically grifting for views. There is a good video by Shamu. It's the vid with the Evangelion thumbnail.
I have not heard of that, but thank you for the 10. Yeah, I was wondering why Tecton hasn't streamed in a while. Thank you. Yeah, anyway. So again, it's just all bullying. I'm so fucking unemployed. We finally have someone using some honesty here. Congratulations. Original title, The Gassy Situation is Incredible. I was trying to browse Google and I clicked on your video unconsensually. Unconsensually. Bro, use a hair curler or something. This cannot go on like this. Pink Floyd profile picture, by the way. Imagine the amount of A24 posters he has in his bedroom. Jesus. The irony of saying this while wearing a PlayStation shirt. What did I say? I am positively shaking with the next story with excitement. You know why? Because I get to talk bad about PlayStation. So, all right, I didn't think about. Yeah. Okay. I didn't really think about that one. I'm going to be honest. But the point I was trying to make there is I have had so many comments from people.
PyroLIVE. You should go to the superior channel. Thy owns truly. SlopLive. Short, concise, and to the point, unlike Pyrocynical, who is nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Go to SlopLive for the best slop.
His name's Dolan Dark. There's a 50% chance that is actually him.
Here is proof of my love, you little liar.
Yeah, can you go back to stealing my videos, bro, please? Thank you.
Oh. Woo-woo. Enjoy your reward. I have 5 more ready for more delays.
Like, he knows he's just delaying. He knows he's just...
Cooking turkey time. Fun video.
Thank you, Pyro's Mind, for the 10. He's timing these donos to interrupt me. Oh my god, this is why I can never get fucking clippers on stream, because I keep being interrupted, man. Anyway, the point I was trying to make is 5 minutes... Oh my fucking...
Also, I've been watching for a long while. Those my beast videos are fire. But would you ever consider holding a door giveaway?
A door giveaway? What is a door giveaway? You mean giving a like an actual whole door? What does he mean? Thank you, S, for the 16 months. The point I was trying to make is we have a lot of new fans on PyroLIVE right now, and all the comments are bullying me. As always, I sorted from new, and you genuinely had some comments that are like, hey, I'm new to the channel, enjoy the content. Don't really like the fan base, though. The fan base is a little bit weird. What's with all these jokes? I don't understand them.
Glendale Archive, please, sire.
Thank you, Bird, for the 15. No one said this. No one said this. No.
Yes,
you saw it from new.
Yes. Lightning McQueen here, and I use Rusty's medicated bumper ointment, new rear end formula. Nothing soothes a rusty bumper like Rusty's. Wow. Look at that shine. Use Rusty's and you too can look like me. Ka-chow.
You guys are so ill. You guys are so ill. This is just harassment at this point. Thank you, Martin, for the 27 months. But yeah, no, I sorted from new, and there were people, and they were just like, why are we all being so mean to him, guys? And I was like, I thought to myself, I could become so mainstream that people stop bullying me. I could make it. Because right now, I'm in the gutter. And I could climb out of that gutter. And I could leave all of you behind and have one of those, like, Tommy in it, wholesome Chungus fan bases. Oh, man, the dream. The dream to like, I'm in the ghetto right now. I need to get out. Delusional. How is it delusional? I'm timing you out for that one. No, it's not delusional. It's called having a fucking end goal, by the way. Yeah, enjoy your 5-minute timeout. I know the worst thing is as well, I'm going to keep getting new gens that join the community, and then they're going to be like, wait a minute, I only get likes on my comment if I bully him. It's this secular thing. It's just going to keep... It's like an Ouroboros, like a snake eating itself. You're nothing without us? All right. Well, I can't not say that, can I? I can't not say that, because... You know, fuck you, man. I'm going to... You know what I'm going to do next stream? I'm just going to buy, like, 10k view bots like everyone else is doing. There we go. Easy clap. And I'm going to pay some people on, like, Craigslist to write nice comments.
Climb out. We are dragging you back down. Now take it.
I guarantee here.
Your stick's not even touching the ground, man.
I guarantee here, half of you need fucking therapy. Genuinely. And because you can't afford it, because your healthcare system is fucked no matter what country you're in, or if it's free, you gotta wait 5 years. You're using me as a form of therapy. I'm not very confident in social situations. I've got really bad social anxiety, but then I bully Pyrocynical and my confidence goes through the roof. And everyone gives me updates and I feel so good about myself. I have called out 90% of you in chat right now. I guarantee it, 90%. Don't say it's free. What do you mean it's free? Who will think of the who will think of the poor streamer? All right. Shut up. Thank you, Band, for the 20. I just started watching you recently. Personally, I think you're funny. For fuck's sake. He's made a nice dono. I'm calling it now, bro. There's a 10-second delay on chat. Everyone's gonna be like, paid. It's him on an alt. It's him on an alt. Good to have you on in the background when I'm okay, well, that's not good. I need you in chat, active, participating, spamming, like, the minion laugh gif that XQC has. This is my payment for your therapy sessions. I appreciate the $20. Thank you. Right, I need to watch this garbage review.
The Hard-Boiled Detective, The Seedy Crime Story, Neo-Noir, Classic...
It's not a paid chatter. Stop using Twitch logic here, idiot.
Pulp, you name it, I'm buying.
Okay.
So when Mouse PI for Hire sauntered onto my screen the way Ilsa walks into Rick's in Casablanca, I was pretty excited about it. But noir isn't just an aesthetic to be thrown on like an old coat as you're leaving your office at the behest of a leggy blonde. While Mouse PI for Hire clearly understands the style and tropes of classic noir films and novels as well as 1930s cartoons more broadly, it doesn't seem to get why those things are there or how they're used to tell compelling stories.
Notice how we're 35 seconds in and he just hasn't even said, is the game any fun? I don't understand why game reviewers now have their heads so far up their ass. Like, I'm not saying it's bad if you're well-spoken or if you've got an expanded vocabulary, but it's just like, it's a video game.
But you see, the noir tropes systematically show in tandem with recent films that came out in the 20s and the 30s. The noir thriller is a paradigm that has inspired generation.
Like, just say if the game is fun, man. Like, oh my god, with 30 seconds in, I felt like I felt like I just fell asleep for 5 minutes.
By fusing a hard-boiled detective mystery with a fast retro-styled FPS, developer Fumi Games has made a shooter that is thematically incoherent with the apparent aspirations of its story.
Apparently, this company that made it is Polish, by the way. What? Like, Poland has nothing. How do they always put out like such banger games? Like, they did Darkwood.
Story contradicted at every point by the actual action. Of all the Steam libraries and all the PCs in all the world, Mouse PI for Hire walked into mine, and I wish I liked it more than I do.
It's over. You got nowhere left to run. I run toward the tree!
The guy who made an 8 hours video about funga.
Yeah, but it's different because I had to go over all the dialogue and all the I'm banning that guy.
A bright future ruled by big mice.
Mouse follows Jack Pepper.
Yeah, you're blocked. You're blocked. No more donos.
A private eye in a world where everyone is a mouse, after Wanda Fuller from the Mouseburg Herald sets him on the case of a missing magician.
I can give you more than a crumb, Jack. I can give you a magician.
As you'd expect, that spirals into a much bigger conspiracy that includes an attempt on a mayoral candidate's life and racially motivated mouse-on-mouse violence as bigger mice oppress the smaller shrews.
I will admit, I did not care about the story about Mouse PI. I never cared for The Godfather, but still, I don't care because the gameplay for it was so good.
My buddy got nabbed for just being a shrew.
Same as it ever was, even in Mouseburg, and the requisite twists and turns you'd expect from any good detective story make this tale solid enough.
Dude, his hair's like the Mr. Pringles mustache.
I was in too deep. Way deeper than I signed up for.
What bothers me, however, is how overly referential so much of it is. The world is full of mice, so everything is about cheese. Everything. A bad guy? He's a cheese-legger.
These cheese-leggers in on the shrew racket.
Run into a lady mouse with a sultry voice? It'll be described as
Gorgonzola picante slapped on a mozzarella platter.
someone need to assure you they're telling the truth.
Swear on my mama's cottage curds.
This is
is pretty bad, but Mr. 8-hour plot summary Andy shouldn't be the one saying it.
Okay, okay. I said I liked
Have
Fear
you
and
heard
Hunger.
of the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV Online, with an expanded free trial which you can play through the entirety of The Realm Reborn, and the award-winning Stormblood expansion up to level 70 with no restrictions on playtime.
Holy hashtag ad. Get that guy out. Why are you shilling like your anime game on my stream? Thank you, Ban, for the $10. You suck. Is this better? That's the guy that made the dono 5 minutes ago saying how he loves the content, by the way. Like, already converted.
charming initially, then it never stops. Everything is a reference to the fact that everyone is a mouse and mice like cheese, and when it's not...
Don't congratulate him for saying that. Don't do it.
Instead, it'll be a reference to an old cartoon, or the fact that this is a video game.
When you jump, just act like you didn't.
I should have
Wait, did he just complain that it's a video game?
probably guessed the former when one of the first things I saw was a steamboat named Willie, but at least that and the reference-heavy power-ups are cute. Constant callbacks to classic films or other video games? Not
Right, he said the power-ups are cute, and then shows him when he eats the spinach, and he gets really big and muscly. That's, curious.
so much.
Very, very curious, IGN reviewer.
And it doesn't end there. A boss fight in the sewers? It's a literal alligator because of course it is. If you're looking for the cheese-liking foreman, Jack will quip that he doesn't look like much of a boss,
More like a mini-boss.
and then laugh at his own joke. The voice actors, led by Troy Baker, do an admirable job with what they have, but nothing in Mouseburg is allowed to just be. It has to be a mouse reference, or a literally cheesy one-liner,
Cheddar, what's wrong with Gouda?
No good if you broke, Jack.
or a reference to something else.
We're like a third of the way in, and you're still talking about the references. Like, we get it. Funny mouse.
Good seller. I'm going...
What else can you associate with mice? The Black Death? Like there's nothing else.
I meet someone, I'm cheesed to meet them, one body found in local river. The cycle continues.
on a perilous journey, so I need your strongest tickets.
It's hard to care about anything in Mouse
Like, is this guy lactose intolerant or something? Like, I don't understand, like, the hate for it.
PI for Hire because it never stops making jokes about everything.
Here's Jacko.
It just wants to remind you of other better things. Surely that's enough, right?
Time to
No one was buying Mouse PI for the story, bro. Come on.
find someone higher up.
I'm just happy they got Troy Baker. Like, I was playing that, and it's his closest impersonation to when he was Booker DeWitt in Bioshock Infinite, so I could LARP.
Until they
I could LARP and pretend that I was playing Bioshock again. I mean, even when you got the weapon upgrades, it was like the Power to the People stations in Bioshock 1, how the weapons would physically change, and there was like 2 visual upgrades for each weapon. It was the exact same.
At least the shooting is better. This is the latest
It's even the same time period as well.
in a wave of boomer shooters inspired by old school FPSs like Doom or Quake, and it's a decent one at that. You start with a pistol in Jack's fists, but you'll soon acquire a shotgun, dynamite, a James gun, which is just a Tommy gun, and more unique stuff like the Devarnisher, which shoots what looks like Elmer's glue that melts the flesh from your enemy's bones, leaving only a skeleton. Throw in stuff like a double jump, dash, spinning tail for hovering,
Which cheese is the gassiest if you're lactose intolerant? Why did I read that?
and a slide, and Jack's got some stylish moves when the bad guys show up. This ain't Quake, but it does feel good. It doesn't hurt that all of it, from reload animations to random conversations, is rendered in an absolutely gorgeous black and white mix of sprite work and 3D models. The world building
My fan base is so stupid. I remember when I was streaming this game and everyone kept saying, the stream is broken, bro. Everything is black and white.
may be thin, but Mouse PI for Hire is still dressed
Like that, I guarantee you that wasn't even a collective bit. Like, people were genuinely just that low IQ.
to the nines. Even here, though, I have issues. Weapons can feel weak, especially the shotgun. It's got the audio kick
You're showing the unupgraded shotgun, by the way. That has no upgrades on it. I agree. The accuracy on guns were. I remember like the pistol. I was like, I really hope there's like a sniper because this pistol's terrible with accuracy. And then I upgraded it and I was like, wait, no, it's basically the best gun in the game now.
Of a pop gun, and there's a strange disconnect to seeing something that sounds like a kid's toy blow off some poor mouse's head as you paint the white of the world with black ichor that spews from his neck. Enemies mostly come out of doors marked with a skull that you can't enter, robbing these areas.
So gameplay is good, voice acting good, graphics good, but too much cheese. 6 out of 10.
Of anything remotely resembling a sense of place.
Why would you have a mustache? I don't. I've probably got like 7 o'clock shadow.
Levels also really like to pull the we're gonna lock you in a room and throw baddies at you until they're dead or you are shtick. A little too much for my taste. None of this is game-breaking. The combat is fundamentally good enough to carry you to the end of the roughly 12-hour campaign, but sometimes it feels like being at a show that's never quite bad enough to leave. And at least on the normal difficulty...
Never quite bad enough to leave. So we've gone from... You've complimented everything about the game. You went on some weird rant about cheese, because you probably... I don't know, you got bit by a mouse when you were like 5 at a petting zoo or something. And then, you know, he complains about the guns being bad. Doesn't mention the upgrades. And now he's saying now he's comparing it to a train wreck of like, it's something so terrible, but you can't stop watching. Like it's the video game equivalent of Tommy Wiseau's The Room.
Health items are so generous, there's rarely a challenge. Like any good boomer shooter, there are plenty of secrets to find. Newspapers, weapon upgrade schematics, baseball cards, and so on.
Dude, I played this game on the hardest difficulty, and it felt so balanced. I think I died about 3 times over, like, streaming for 8 hours.
Walls to blow up, and even lock safes to open with your tail, which pulls double duty as a lockpick. Some of these locks are on a time limit, or must be solved in a limited number of moves, and you only get 1 shot at the good stuff they hold. Others are so easy you could probably solve them by letting an actual mouse run across your keyboard. It's...
Okay, so you said the optional ones are harder. Yeah, that's usually how video games work, I think. I think usually the mandatory stuff you have to do to make progression is going to be easier than the optional stuff.
Very jarring.
I don't understand, man.
Once you're done with the level, it's back to the hub, which encompasses Jack's office, the local bar, store, weapon upgrade shop, and so on. My favorite thing here is the baseball card.
Thank you, Albert, for the 3. You're starting to piss me off. Yeah, bro, I just zoomed in. You got an anime profile picture. I don't care.
This is the key to guy to say cucking is the intellectual's fetish.
You know what I was thinking of doing? You know I've said before I wanted to get that studio and stuff? You know how Critical does those videos where he's with mates and he does like tier lists of stuff? I wanted to do a tier list of like cuck chairs. I wanted to order a bunch of chairs and like rate them on like suitability, comfortability. I don't know if that's a word. And then I wanted to like get like the cuck command center. So you know there's like hotel rooms where there's a cuck chair, but it's got like a desk?
Mini game you can play at the bar.
What is wrong with you? I don't know.
You'll switch between pitching and being at bat, and using the cards in your hand, players and abilities, to try to score as many runs as you can. It's fun. What I like less is the whole being a detective thing, mostly because I never actually got to do it. Any
what are you smoking? I want some. It's called life, buddy.
Clues you find will be pinned to Jack's caseboard, and once you get them there, Jack will just intuit where to go. No work on your part required.
Yeah, I mean, I did skip over all this stuff, I'm not gonna lie.
What's the point of being a gumshoe if all the answers are handed right to me?
Better check it out. It began with a call.
I mean, he's basically trying to say there, why is the game not like LA Noire? It never tried to advertise itself like that. Yeah, it's in the same time period, but like, all the dialogue is streamlined. You get like a couple of dialogue options.
Jared the subway guy wanted to touch my steamboat Willie. Crying laughing emoji. Wilted flower emoji. Can be live in paying for slop when I can get top for free. Fat bitches are peak.
Everything you said was mental illness. The last sentence you said clutched it and redeemed it. Thank you, Ninja, for the 10.
Routine. Familiar.
That brings me to one of my major problems with Mouse PI for Hire. Look, I hate to be that guy who brings up ludonarrative dissonance in a video game review.
It's over. He learned the buzzword. It's over. No one knows what that word means, by the way. Everyone throws that word around. Where did that word come from? I think it was The Witness or something, and it was just such Oh, it was such like it emanates. You know that post that got memed on Reddit, on the R atheist subreddit, and there was this one kid, and he was very obviously like 10, and he made this post about being atheist, and he said, "In this moment, I'm euphoric." And he got bullied so much that he deactivated his account. It's on the same terms as that.
In the year of our Lord 2020.
It insists upon itself. I mean, what does ludonarrative dissonance even mean? I think it's something like how the game, the world the game is set in, doesn't equal to the gameplay. God, do I really have to look this word up? Whoever made this word needs to die. Ludonarrative dissonance is a conflict between the video game's narrative and the gameplay. Yeah, okay, so it is what I said. There's a Wikipedia article on it. Get help. Ludonarrative dissonance. When I think of Ludo, I just think of someone saying Kino and I just smirk a little.
26. And if you're rolling your
Thank you, Giga, for the 2 months.
eyes right now, I can't blame you. But it's
Is that a Has MGS profile picture based?
an actual issue here. Jack
It's funny, I've noticed words that people invent, they just lose all meaning 5 years later. I was rewatching The Venture Bros, which is like adult animation. It's really good. I recommend everyone watches it. It's like a parody of superheroes. There's like a parody of like every superhero, and they did that shit before Invincible. They did that shit before The Boys. It's really good. And then there was this one superhero who was like getting a divorce with his wife, and he was basically a parody of like not Mr. Incredible. Of Mr. Fantastic, like Reed Richards, you know, the stretchy man. And he says to his wife at one point, when the wife wants to divorce him, like, he's like, "Do you want to take me back? Is the marriage saved?" And she's like, "Fuck no, I just want to make sure our kids brought up okay. I didn't want to get married to someone that was joining the LARP society." And when she said LARP, I just burst out laughing. And that episode came out like 7 years ago, by the way.
PI who kills more people in a single mission than Philip Marlowe has in every book Raymond Chandler ever wrote combined. I don't care how corrupt the cops are. A private detective can't break into a police station and slaughter them en masse and then go about his day.
Right, so he's talking about how he can't go around killing people. But the entire point of the game is everyone he's dealing with is corrupt. The police are corrupt, or the mobsters are corrupt. It's very obvious that he's trying to do an LA Noire bit. That was not the case. The entire setting and who you're playing as is just like a foreground thing to set up the game. It's not as intertwined. I don't know why he was expecting a Rockstar experience here.
Particularly nonsensical.
Dude, my guns don't even degrade like Fallout 3. This sucks.
Scenario. Jack inadvertently burns down an opera house to save a guy running for mayor, and he ends up fighting an opera singer and shoots her. Is she dead? Did I just kill an actress for being angry I burned down her workplace?
Oh my god, I killed someone in a video game. Oh my god. Oh my god, guys, they were right. They were right. We need to ban video games again. Remember how like Germany and stuff did that, and Australia? They would just ban like I remember like how they'd ban like the gore in Left 4 Dead and stuff because they were worried about that connection with like video game violence, and people would just go and do shootings.
If I didn't, have I left her alive?
Hasn't this been proven since like 2007 or something that like there's literally a psychological thing that like playing violent video games for the majority of people, not for everyone. There's always some psychopaths. It's genuinely therapeutic.
And unconscious inside.
It lets people like distract themselves and also take out like any kind of aggression that they have, or like locking in. Like that feeling you get. Okay, so like what? You spend 3 hours like trying to beat a boss in like Dark Souls 3 or Elden Ring. Oh, all that euphoria that he's feeling. Oh, he wants to go shoot someone now in real life.
The burning building.
Well, Billy still did get
Americans. It could actually be an American cope, to be honest.
won't the kingdom come.
Mouse PI for hire doesn't tell me, and it doesn't seem to care either way.
Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown.
None of this is to say that noir cannot or should not be violent, but the violence usually has a purpose.
Don't tell this guy about bending the ink machine, man. He's going to have a mental breakdown. He's going to have an absolute mental breakdown. Do not tell him that there's like a horror mascot game in the same time setting and period.
Much of Elliot Chase's seminal novel Black Wings has
Like he will be saying Ludonarrative dissonance every 5 seconds.
As My Angel is about robbing an armored car, but the book builds to that. It's a big deal when it finally happens, and the characters have to reckon with the fallout once it does. Jack Pepper, on the other hand, is a walking catastrophe, and nobody in Mouseburg seems to care. He largely gets to go about his business and is portrayed as a
I'm surprised he didn't make some rant there saying that he specifically targets little people and starts killing them as well.
Mouseburg seems
This video is distilled Twitter nothing burger argument source on Cinema Sins whole wheat.
Cinema Sins whole wheat. God, I remember I used to watch Cinema Sins so much. It's always weird coming back to a channel you haven't watched in years, and then it's like, are they still doing well? Or, because they would get millions of views. Oh, it's over. Yeah, no, it's fucking over. Wow, that's rough, man. Oh, they're doing that thing where they're just like re-uploading their stuff and recycling content as well. Like, if he was uploading daily, it would be justifiable for the views, but that's rough. Almost as bad as you. My videos are getting like 400k. Be quiet.
care.
Most of them are bots, but you know everyone's botting now. Who cares?
He largely gets to go about.
Thank you, Taz, for the $6. Here's 50 gifted subs. That's not 50 gifted subs. That would be that would be like $200. Don't lie. Oh wait, are you from like Argentina or something? Are you playing a game today? I don't know. I kind of want to do some React Dandy today. Thank you, Toby, for the 41 months. Fell off harder than your mama. Get out.
Business and is portrayed as a down on his luck everyman PI, like the characters who inspired
Inflation
him.
Man, please release the Vox files.
Thank you, Disco, for the 10.
When he is, at best, a mass murderer.
I had an idea. I was going to announce this in a PyroLIVE video. I'm not sure if I've said this before. I wanted to get... I was going to announce this in a PyroLIVE video because we cover multiple topics. I wanted someone to... I was going to announce... Hang on, I got to skip this. I will replay this in a second. I will replay this in a second. I was going to give away money, right? Like, I was going to announce, like, $10,000 if someone could make me a costume of, like, my character, like the TV head character. And it would have, like... I don't know how this would work. I don't understand computers or technology. But I wanted it where if I wore it, it would be voice activated. So when I spoke, the mouth would also move. Is that not the coolest thing ever? I was going to announce it in a PyroLIVE video. I'm going to do it at some point. I was going to open up like an email and stuff and people can reach out to me. And whoever has like the best looking concept or like the most amount of past experience and stuff like that, I would pick them and they would get the money. And then afterwards, if it was successful, I would also get one of Vox from Has Been Hotel because I'm deeply mentally ill. 10,000. Oh, I meant like 10,000 USD, not AUD. That's a scam. I think that'd be really cool. I don't know. Dude, I keep seeing cosplayers and stuff, and it's like I don't see that as cringe at all. I think that's really cool. Like people have this passion and stuff. I'm not talented enough to do that. I'm stupid. So I'd rather just throw money at someone that's actually talented to do it for me.
You implying something, Mr. Pepper?
Me? Imply? Never. I just connect the dots.
Does that make for a more fun video game? Maybe. But it's bad noir and a worse detective tale.
10,000 AUD is like £5 million. Well, like, £2 is like 1 AUD. Wait. No, £1 is like 2 AUD. You just double it.
In the story as Mouse...
How is it VTuber if it's real life? That's not VTuber.
PI for hire references, violence is an unfortunate...
Thank you, Carrick, for the 10. I know what protogens look like.
But unavoidable part of the human experience that shatters the people it touches. Here, it's just...
Don't forget the dono. Did you donate to me to remind me to replay a dono? You're such a nice person. All right, let me play it again.
Pyro, will you ever play Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines? I think that would be a good game for you to play. It's really good, and you could maybe play some different clans to see their dialogue options.
Oh. You know when you stretch on your chair and you feel like your tailbone just kind of stretch out? Yeah, I played a bit of Vampire the Masquerade, and then I played Bloodlines 2, and that game is fucking mid. So disappointed by that game. Thank you, Elixir, for the 5. Do a Drain Gang project tier list. I think the only fan base that hate the creator more than mine is probably Blade and Echo. I don't know, man. I would give one song like an A tier and not an S tier, and I would be lynched like Fantano or something.
Entertainment, and that weakens the whole concept. But Will, you might say, this is a goofy Looney Tunes FPS. Why should I care?
Why did you not say this at the beginning? Why are we now 8 minutes into the video and you're now just saying what the game is?
Care about any of that? And the answer is because Mouse wants you to. It wants you to believe that this is important. You spend a lot of time talking about these characters, about putting together...
Nah, I think each level was like 40 minutes long, if you were taking your time, and you probably speak to like 2 characters. And the dialogue is extensive, but it's you know, it's just world building.
The clues you need to get to the bottom of what's going on, about Jack's motivation for doing the work. He allegedly needs the money, which both leads him to taking cases and doesn't track when I'm super rich from all the killing.
Nonsense. You're drowning in debt, picking up small fries and petty cases.
All of that makes a lot less sense after you've gone to Tinsel Bros Studios and single-handedly eradicated the mob.
So he's doing that cope of like, you don't have any money. All right, don't tell him about Red Dead 2, guys. Don't tell him about Red Dead 2, how the entire story is about Dutch and his entire group trying to do one final heist to make enough money. Despite the fact that you can min-max the game, do all the side content, basically have hundreds of thousands of dollars. You put it all in the little charity box at the camp, nothing happens.
Hanging out there, all while doing...
This guy definitely tried to cure Arthur Morgan's tuberculosis for like 10 hours. Looked up a bunch of guides, got baited because they're all fake, and he just never let it go.
A bunch of Tomb Raider / Indiana Jones / Conan the Barbarian impressions, as everyone says.
Void from Mother One Hair. Who you fool along with that balcony you call a widow's peak?
Did you just call my hairline a balcony? That's like so creative, I can't even hate. Wow. Yeah, fair enough, GG.
You should be an actor.
So tell us, hero, what is best in life?
To grate some parm, watch the cheese melt, and hear the joyful squeaks of my dinner guests.
Give this guy a week on the job as chief of police and...
That's awesome, lol. Yeah, you're getting banned. That was definitely you. Whoops! He self-reported he glazed his own donut.
Mouseburg would be the safest city in the world because nobody would be left alive to commit crimes in the first place. It's hard to buy into Jack as the regular guy who needs to gather evidence I'm told he is when he just wiped out the local police department, you know?
The police blockade.
Imagine if this guy played Cruelty Squad. Could you actually imagine? He'd kill everyone in the level and then do some 5-minute rant about how much of a bad person you are. And then he'd say there's Ludonarrative dissonance because when you play the level again to get an S rank, everyone's respawned.
We sure went big on this one.
He feels like, I don't know, this review comes across as like he had one nitpick and he's made that the entire review. It's just a fun, goofy game. I don't, that, you know, it's obviously a Doom, it's obviously like a boomer shooter, like Serious Sam or something like that. Well, not Serious Sam, because there'd be, I think the HP of the enemies is too high for that, and there's too few enemies on screen, but still, it's like kind of a Doom shooter kind of thing. And it's just got the coat of paint of that retro aesthetic. Too much cheese. It literally, the cope is too much cheese.
Mouse PI for Hire nails the aesthetics of both the night.
Oh my god, guys. Did those cops just get out the car and there was no animation of them getting out? Oh my god, guys. Ludonarrative dissonance. Look at that. Why are they just spawning in? The developers obviously don't care. Don't tell them about Battlefield multiplayer. When you try and like get in and out of a tank.
Hire nails the aesthetics of both the 1930s.
Just teleport inside it.
These cartoons and the detective.
What's that? There's this one GIF that I remember of someone using, because in Battlefield, when you switch seats or you get in a vehicle, you just teleport. There's no animation. And someone used that as an exploit to avoid being killed. He just kept pressing every F key on his keyboard to keep swapping seats. I'm gonna try and find this. I found it. I found it. Look, I think I've shown this before. It's so based. Just look at the guy in the car. Like, he was sweating that, man. He was like panic pressing every seat change.
Detective stories that inspired it. And it's also an amusing boomer shooter that largely feels good as you're playing.
Oh, God.
Its haphazard marriage of noir storytelling tropes and shooter gameplay are often at odds with each other in uncomfortable
Ultra Instinct? Dude, he had that shit on a macro. He's like changing seat every frame.
ways that weaken both aspects. And the writing is so busy making references to other things that it's actually painful to sit through at times. This FPS is solid enough if you just want to blast some cartoon mice and not think about it too hard, but
it's literally a boomer shooter. You are not meant to care about the story. Why do you think when Doom Eternal came out, the game basically starts halfway through? When you play Doom Eternal, you feel like you're jumping into like a 6-season show at like season 5.
once you do, all you'll see are the seams where disparate ideas have been fused together. And no trench coat.
It's like he went into this expecting like Prey 2017 or something, like an immersive sim. It's such a bizarre, like, spiteful video. I'm not even going to bother with the comments because I know Charlie's people would have rated it. So there just won't be any actual people before the hate. All right. Thank you, Dummy, for the 40 months. I want to give this a watch. We haven't checked in on Bub Games for a while. Dude, I'm going to be honest here. I think I owe Bub Games my life. Because I think if I go onto my channel and then I go by most viewed, my most viewed video on PyroLIVE is just reacting to one of his videos.
You should watch the video, The World of Plants vs. Zombies Horror. That shit is bossing. Also, if you don't, I will find you in Australia and start oscillating around the general vicinity. So your ass better watch it or the white droplets hit the ground.
Thank you, Palm Beach Pete, for the 10. Isn't that the guy that's meant to look like Epstein? I was going to say I fell off, but that's like third highest video, and that was only 3 months ago. I fell off, though. Where is it? Yeah. I always love Bub Games videos because I feel like when you do trolling, you need to have like a level of decorum to it. You know when you get the people that troll and they just try too hard, just like always loud and stuff like that? There's just no subtlety.
Excuse me, officers. We've been trying to get this red jacket gentleman to leave the premises. He's talking about illegal activities and trying to know how to do them here.
I was just here to buy a car. Can you rob cars on the street?
Get the hell out of here, sir. Door is that way.
I was just joking.
You could just call the police and have him trespass for the night.
All right, get stepping then.
I will.
Right now.
Just getting my
you're...
affairs in order.
Yeah, you're being trespassed, man. So...
They're trying so hard to be realistic here with the LARP, and then you've just got like the most knockoff anime character here. He literally has a samurai sword on his back.
Go ahead and get moving.
Yeah, I'm just getting my affairs in order. Let me go.
Yeah, you see what I'm dealing with here now.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. So you've been trespassed, and at this point, you're just obstructing me in my duty. So I'm gonna count to about 5, and if you don't get down past those rumble strips by then, you can go to jail, man.
Yeah, well, I can't walk that fast.
Why does he look like... He looks like the postal dude on meth. Is that what he's going for?
Pyro, did you hear the person who did the Godzilla-related horror series The Man in the Suit recently committed suicide? R.I.P.
Thank you, Annan, for the 10. No, he didn't. I literally covered this. I saw... that's unknowingly, I think. No, he's fine. He literally made... I covered this on PyroLIVE. Look, he said, I'm going to be dead. I've taken my own life. And then he made an announcement saying that he went to a mental health unit and he's fine. I literally reached out to the guy because he followed me on Twitter so I could DM him. And I basically, I said this in the live video. I basically just said, you've got a lot of people that watch your content, look up to you. You know, you're worth more than you think. Take care of yourself. No, he's doing good.
Technically, trespassing.
Bro just woke up from a coma, by the way. I covered that like last week. Thank you, Maya, for the 45 months.
The charge, I could just take you to jail.
Oh, really?
I don't really have to like be nice to you and just let you leave. So if you can't, you know, be a little more diligent and you're leaving, you can just go to jail.
Do these people do this for free, by the way? Like, are they... Please tell me they're paid. Just immediately goes back.
Hey. Call him up. Someone dial him up.
Someone call. Hey.
Officer, yeah, he just went in, stood up on his buffalo and just started, you know, stomping the windshield.
I can't see out my windshield now. Like, how am I supposed to show this vehicle?
I do have camera. I have it on camera.
This is very serious business.
All right, man, directions are really hard for you, I guess. Go ahead and turn around, put your hands up.
Sorry?
Go ahead and turn around and put your hands up.
I will in a second, but could you just tell me what I did wrong?
It's not going to be a second. Yeah, you're going to jail for criminal damage, disobeying a lawful order, and trespassing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Taser.
It's like the least intimidating voice. Taser.
Yeah, 1 second, guys.
You're about to get beanbag, man.
Could you wait a second, please?
Stand up and put your hands up.
Another great day of PDM.
Actually, it'll probably be a 78. I got one fling on foot. You're about to get tackled.
Stop running.
Stop jumping.
Are you gonna come up with me?
I am. Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry for the misinfo gang, I don't watch your videos.
It's over.
I need to start
Larp.
watching more Moist Critical to stay up to date with things from now. Won't happen again.
So you just said you're going to watch more Critical instead of me, so keep up to date. Get out.
What happens if I stop?
Thank you for the 10, though.
Go up the ladder, you will be shot.
I'm not going up the ladder.
Why would you play as a policewoman, taking it seriously, and you just sound like a VTuber? It's like the most unintimidating voice.
You're gonna get shot.
Oh, I'm tired again. I'm gonna stay here.
Imagine if they had a mechanic like in Dark Souls where you could like punch up or kick someone down off the ladder. That'd be genius.
Right now, and if you do not go up the ladder, you will be shot. He's refusing to go up.
Well, he can't hit me now, can he? I'm a bit safe.
If you do not go up the ladder, you will be shot in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
She just sounds so disinterested, man. Like, even for a LARP, this is really sad.
Time's up. He won't go up.
Oh.
Surely he just pushes her.
I'm gonna taser you.
Can you not punch or kick in like the RP servers? Can you not do that at all? I guess it's specific to what server you're on.
Going for cuffs.
I can break these cuffs.
I got him. Oh. Just kidding. We're going back up.
Oh. Did someone snipe her? What was that? Did she got shot with like the thunder gun from Black Ops? What was that?
Just kidding. We're going back up.
What happened? That was not a slip. Fucking Count Dooku just like force pushed her or something.
What? What?
Thank you, Nixor, for the 18 months. Big Chungus, Cheese Guzzler, Head R.
No way.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can beat saying that my hairline looked like a balcony. That was rough.
What happened to her? What? Why am I being shot at now? What happened to her? Oh!
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
It's over.
Do you reckon I'm alright? No. Does he?
Roblox physics. Well, She would have exploded into like Lego pieces if that was the case.
Do you not know that I fell? Where's he going? Here he comes. Oh, she's magically recovered. How did she recover that fall? I don't... Okay, my time is up. Guess I'll never see the inside of a jail cell. Oh, what? Vein machine's not open. Luckily, I know someone who could help. I need help.
Oh.
My favorite coffee shop bean machine's not open, and I really want it to
Yeah,
open.
my favorite suspect flew out when
He's claiming I left the server and rejoined to avoid finding me earlier.
they were incapacitated, came back.
Do they not have... Because I'm just thinking of Gmod, like, dark RP stuff here. Is there not the whole new life rule thing? When you die, it's kind of like it doesn't carry over?
Go ahead and put your hands up for me.
Wait, what do you mean flew out?
No, don't run, man. Put your hands up. Put your hands up.
How did he fall over as well?
Don't move, man. You're not getting in this car. You're gonna get tased. I told you you're gonna get tased. I'm gonna go for cuffs, man.
They are so... Okay. Whatever server he's on, those cuffs, like, for how hard it is to put it on someone, they are comedically easy to break out of.
This guy sucks at cuffing. What does he mean I flew out of town? She couldn't find me on the he couldn't find me on the ground. I actually would like to go for a bit of a dip today. It's a bit hot.
Thank you, Silo, for the 10. Been watching you since your Dark Souls 3 Big Fat Dragon Smile days. Great foreshadowing, by the way. Yeah, I'm actually surprised that no one could tell. Like, the signs are always there, man. Got diagnosed with ADHD 3 weeks ago. How did you handle the news while also being 47? Well, I'm just not 47, am I? When I got diagnosed with ADHD, it was the most unsurprising thing. It wasn't like a light bulb moment where I was like, oh my god, everything makes sense now. I was just like, okay. So I wasn't LARPing. I said this before, like, I always thought I had ADHD, but I was really against thinking that I had it. Because I saw so many people, like big YouTubers, that would be like, you know, oh my god, you've got ADHD, so do I. And it almost like, in my head, it kind of got turned into this like quirky character trait. And I was like, yeah, that sucks. I don't like that. So I kind of just rejected having it. But then I got diagnosed and yep.
Alright. Oh god. They're shooting at me. Every time I poke
He's
my
turned into
little
a
head
fish.
out, they get a little cross.
Oh, yeah, those NPCs or...
Oh, they're still swimming. Let me up.
Surely he can just jack the boat?
He's swimming after me.
Well, now you've just gave him somewhere to shoot at you from.
I had such a head start. Hey, are you coming out here for a swim with me? You coming out for a swim?
Wait, you can punch in the water? I didn't know that.
I one punched him, knocked his ass out. Yep, 95.
Now all you do is talk about having it. Yeah, I made it my quirky character trait. I've become the one thing I sought to destroy.
You have the right to remain silent, okay? Anything
Yeah, nice hospital bed, bro. It's just the NHS. I like how he's just clipped into the hospital bed.
you say or do can and will be used against you in the court of law.
Pyro,
You have the right to...
me and my partner love watching your slop videos. We're both men. I'm 5 feet 3 inches and he's 6 feet. Yeah, you like height differences, piggy. Get a haircut. We're all pegging, I mean begging you. But anyways, look at my Twitter, commission me, I'll draw inflation.
That was, without a shadow of a doubt, the most straight, heterosexual, pyrocynical fan ever.
Attorney, you know, for attorney won't be appointed to you by the state of San Andreas. You understand these rights?
I have the right to lie in the bed and not get up.
I can take you out of the bed, so...
I have the right to run off. Oh.
Dude, what are you doing, man?
I'm a little slug.
Weirdo, bro.
Don't pour salt on me.
What would happen if you tased a slug? Would it die? I'm just thinking when Logan Paul tased that dead rat. What would happen if you tasered a slug? Potentially leading to its death, or at the least causing intense physical trauma. Why do I feel bad about this now? The slug will almost certainly die from the intensity of the shock. Yeah, don't tase the slug, guys. Jesus.
Yeah.
You just press X.
Why'd you say r/gardening?
And they can't carry you.
No, I keep trying to escort him, and he keeps emoting to get out of it.
Actually carry him.
Why are you saying that in chat? How's it going, mate? You been on the glass pipe tonight or nah? They've been on it. What are you talking about? I gotta do it. I gotta do it, man. I know I did it last stream. I know I did it last stream. I don't care.
Hey, how's it going, mate?
Hang on.
Been on the glass pipe tonight? Or on the... Hey, how's it going, mate? You been on the glass pipe tonight or nah?
Don't get on it at all, bro.
This is how every Australian sounds, by the way.
You haven't been on it tonight?
Yeah, been on it.
Get on it.
What are you talking about?
And what we're asking is, have
Have
you been on
the
it tonight
or nah?
I don't get on it at all, lad.
Well, we know you've been on it, but we're asking tonight.
I'm trying to remember the fucking lines. I'm like skipping a line here.
I don't get on it. What are you talking about?
And what we're asking is, have you been on it tonight or nah?
I don't get on it
At all, lad.
Well, we know you've been on it, but we're asking tonight or nah.
Get the fuck out of here now.
Hey, don't get angry with me, mate. Don't get lippy, Russ.
Send this little fucker.
Don't get lippy, Russ. All right, now that we're alone and you can speak freely, have you been on the glass pipe tonight or not?
I don't fucking get on it, I told you.
Oi, don't get mad with me.
What we're asking is, have you been on the glass pipe tonight or nah? I don't fucking get on it, mate.
Like, actually
I tried that.
Actually carry him.
We're going up the stairs.
Why were there police lights on the guy below? Because he was on the glass pipe tonight.
You're gonna get shot.
Oh, that's my old mate again.
The glass pipe is just such a... It's like new vocal stim. I love it. Nah, but what we're asking is, have you been on the glass pipe tonight or nah? I don't get on it. What are you talking about? No, I know that, but what we're asking is, have you been on it tonight or nah? I don't get on it at all, lad. No, I know that, but what we're asking... Shut the fuck up! Get the fuck out of here!
Okay. That's fine. We'll do it this way then.
Oh, we're just gonna process them right here? Fire. Resisting arrest times 1,000, maybe?
Yeah, I don't think it was quite that much, champ.
All right. You're getting criminal damage, disorderly conduct, disobeying a lawful order,
Pulling out the iPad to arrest him is crazy work.
trespassing, attempted murder of a government employee, felony evasion.
Can you play Zuma's Revenge on Steam instead of being a Fine Bros plant? What's Zuma's Revenge? You are fucking joking. You want me to play like an Xbox Live arcade game? This is like one of those games you get for free when you bought an Xbox 360. It's like Peggle or something.
Evading arrest times 2 and resisting arrest times 6. You're gonna be fined $10,000.
I can't afford that. Slugs don't have any money.
Doesn't matter. And you're gonna go to jail for 93 months. How'd you like to plead? Guilty, not guilty, no.
93 months. The charges officer, he was LARPing as a slug, and then he got tased. What are the charges? Like, he's even LARPing being handcuffed. Like, there's no handcuffs there.
Contest.
I'd like a lawyer.
There aren't any, so I'm gonna put you in for not guilty, get you sent off. See ya.
Right, so that's basically illegal. He needs to have legal representation, even if it's like pro bono.
Yeah, I'd like a lawyer.
There aren't any.
There aren't any. Yeah, just imagine they say that. Oh, there aren't any. All my charges were dismissed, and I was later awarded $38 million in damages.
Look what this guy did to my car.
I hit you.
Yeah, this officer over here.
Is he alright?
I'm not alright.
95.
Dear Pyro, thank you for being a lesbian icon. I'm not. I'm a lesbian, but you're probably the funniest woman I've seen so far. Keep up the good work. Girl power. Fist emoji. Painted fingernails emoji.
26. I got MVA involved.
I'm not a lesbian icon.
And trooper and another vehicle. A Hammer Drive 294 if I can get one more additional. Hey buddy, can you hear me?
Can I have like $15 for my car?
Back up. Back up or I'll make you back up.
He's the one who hit me.
Go across the street.
He's the one who hit me. I'm allowed to be.
Hey, go across the street, man. I'm not gonna ask you again.
You're gonna arrest the guy who just got hit by the cop?
I will, yes. Back up. I told you go on the other side of the road. In the sand. In the sand.
What?
I always, it blows me away in these games how you get someone that has a modicum of authority and power and it just goes straight to their head. It is crazy. Like, you're LARPing as a policeman online for free. Like, how do you get an ego from that?
What are you doing?
Placing you under arrest.
I'm a victim here.
The actual polygon count of that hairline.
Answer Skybox. Answer Skybox.
I'll answer you when you answer me.
It's not how that works.
If you want me to do your little chore, you're gonna have to throw me a bone.
Hey, Mo, did you review the dash cam?
Yeah, it shows that he actually went head on with the trooper going around play around 60, 65 miles an hour while this is I believe this is a 40 zone.
So I'm pretty sure this is VDM anyway, but he's not answering Skybox.
He's dobbing on me. I thought this was a police scene.
Why'd you say Norwood icon?
No, he simply...
His hairline's okay.
He refused to. He didn't say he didn't know how. He said, I'm not answering that. I'll answer your question when you answer mine.
Yeah, why are you failing to respond back to the Skybox when officers...
How high on the totem pole is junior admin? Is that below janitor?
Alrighty, buddy.
Right, that is the fakest beard I've ever seen in my life. That is just that's like a 3D printed beard.
It's your Skybox.
Yeah, okay. Why are you taking my Milky Ways off me?
Are you in or out of state?
I'm not gonna be here for much longer, I don't think.
How is he allowed to just spawn a car when he's in jail?
Where am I? I'm in the roof. What? I'm out.
Wait, you made it out?
There's just a car sitting there.
Thank you, Awaken, for the 2. Lesbian cynical. You've been frozen. It's over. He had too much fun. Here come the mods.
The guy's trolling, obviously, but he just spawned a car.
He forgot to take my car keys off me.
Oh, okay,
You
I
didn't
got
have
you.
your car keys on you.
So you had your car keys and then you just pulled your car out of your pocket?
Oh, the chauffeur came.
Why is he trying to look like Chris Kyle, American Sniper? Like your server staff.
Dropped it off in the cell.
So no, that's not what happened.
I can tell you
Please tell
for
me what
a
happened.
fact, nobody else came in the cells.
Okay, that's
The only
great.
people down there were me, Moore, him, and
why
Mac.
are we why are we lying to an admin, man?
I would never lie to someone with such high authority.
But why are we lying?
I would never lie.
Why were you arrested? And please don't lie to an admin.
A cop
Server staff with the ice fit.
hit me with his car head on.
Is that what happened, Hazelwood?
No, sir. He hit a cop head on.
That's worryingly accurate, honestly.
And then interfered with the scene, and then resisted in the cells.
Is he going to heaven?
Alright, look.
Wait, did he spawn a car in again?
Why'd we do that?
You too, man.
That's great. Let's just...
he's gone.
I think the chauffeur came back with the car.
We're just gonna give you a warning for fail RP. If we keep this up, then we're gonna have to get you out of here, alright?
Find it in your heart to forgive me. Just the people I want to speak to. Hey, officer, I had 15 Milky Way bars taken from me. Officers, officers, officers,
Get
I
away.
had 15
Step back.
Milky bars.
No one gives a
Step back.
I had 15 Milky Way bars taken away
Nobody
from
gives
me.
a
So I had 15 Milky Way bars. Hello? I I need the Milky Way bars that were taken from.
No one gives a fuck about your Milky Way bars, bro.
You guys put them in
I'm
evidence.
saying
when I
that
got
for
arrested.
everyone here.
You're gonna get tased. Stop it right now.
Don't make me get my fire engine out.
Oh, is she? Dude, what are you doing?
It's funny because he's not even doing anything bad. He's just being slightly annoying, and it's just causing all these people to have an actual mental breakdown.
That,
How did you punch him?
Milky Way bars. Don't punch your own deputy.
I didn't mean to. It was your fault. Come here.
I'm gonna get my fire engine out if this keeps persisting.
You realize that you're gonna walk around in jail, and by walking.
Anyways.
Told you I'd get my fire engine out.
He was awarded another $38 million. Nice. All right. What else we got? I'm gonna check what Atozi's been up to. The OF empire is collapsing. Oh no. God forbid. I feel so bad for all those people making millions and millions.
Space has been dominated by how much...
Dude, I said this before, right? I want to make a little rant about this. People that are into feet, right? I am never allowed to judge what someone's into. I understand that. With feet, I need like some insight here because I don't get it. But like, isn't that the easiest money printer of your entire life? Like, you know, if you do like an OF, you know, as a girl, you got to like pose for it and stuff like that and get the shoot, maybe book out a space, that kind of thing. But if it's feet, couldn't you just keep taking a picture of your feet over and over? Like maybe you spice it up and you put it in like, I don't know, candle wax or something. But like, that's it. That's the easiest money printer I have heard of in my life. Low budget, high profit. Exactly. It's a very common... No, I know. It's literally been proven to be the most common kink in the world. Like there's... You know, most people don't understand the science of like sex in the brain. Most people don't understand it. There's like causality and there's like different avenues you can think of like where something came from. But with feet, it's literally been proven that there's an overlap between like the sexual part of your brain and the sensation of feet or something like that. Like that's one of the few kinks in the world that is proven how it happens. And that's why it's so common. But yeah, it's like, is that not just so easy? You just take a picture of feet and then like money. The market is too dominated. I'm not surprised. Dude, you got websites like WikiFeet. I am on WikiFeet, by the way. I don't use it, but like people have been collecting pictures of my feet and like sticking it on there.
Some top earners are making on... But what hasn't really been discussed is how the company has lost billions of dollars in valuation in a very short amount of time. And things just got even more messy because is now...
It's an oversaturated market. I genuinely wouldn't be surprised for how easy that is to just print money.
In a very bad situation after the CEO passed away. So essentially you have one of the biggest platforms in the world, especially when it comes to that profitability per employee metric that you've probably seen online.
I like how he's so scared of like saying the word because yeah, I don't like as soon as you say that word, just YouTube demonetizes you immediately.
And they just lost the one person running it and almost...
Oh, he died of cancer, didn't he? The owner or the founder?
Nobody knew who he really was and that he existed. So the dude never gave interviews. There's really no real footage of him online. And one of the only pictures of him online was the one from his LinkedIn that had no ties to the platform whatsoever. So that's a little bit interesting. But for years, he was quietly making billions running one of the most controversial platforms on the internet. But then in just the last month, he passed away and left the entire business in limbo. So, I mean, to catch every...
It is insane how much money you can make from that website, though. It's crazy. I've spoke to a few creators and they've told me how much they make, and it is just it's insane. You basically only have to do like one shoot a month. There's so much little time spent for content creation.
One up to speed here.
And then I think a lot of the creators, what they do is they apparently on OF you can like get people to...
You should watch The Long Road to GTA 6. Such a good video, feels like the internet historian. I think you would like it.
Thank you, Monkey, for the 10. I can check it out. But yeah, I think there's a feature on OF where you can pay a creator to DM them. And there's obviously that parasocial aspect, right? Of like being able to talk to the creator that you're gooning to and stuff like that. But like 99% of them don't even run their own DMs. Like the biggest ones don't. They just pay someone to like LARP. Like they're doing, you know how like Reddit AMAs, they'd get like famous people and stuff, but it was never actually the famous person doing it. It was just like an assistant or something.
OF was created in 2016 by a guy named Tim Stokely. He was the youngest kid in a family from Essex, England. And he spent years...
Speaking from experience, I don't use OF. I've never used OF. Why would you say that I use that? Like, have you seen my commissions and stuff like that? You think anything like that is ever going to be realistic in the real world?
Trying to launch...
Come on!
Launch internet business after...
Guys, you're meant to be parasocial. I thought you knew me.
Internet business and had a whole lot of failures. And the guy burned through a whole bunch of his own money and goodwill from friends and family, to put it lightly.
You'll check all that shit out, but not the story of Finland? No, that guy died, thankfully. He hasn't donated in a bit.
But his dad, Guy... real name, by the way, he watched multiple projects go essentially nowhere and had funded more than a few of them. So when Tim came back with yet another idea, he went, okay, here's £10,000 and that's the last one I'm funding. Little did he know though, that money became the seed funds. And the original structure was simple. Creators set a monthly price, subscribers paid it, and the platform keeps 20%. And I guess
that's it? That's all they take? 20%? Damn.
The creator walks away with 80%. Tim's original pitch wasn't necessarily focused on adult content, but the idea had been open to anyone who could build a paying audience, including adult creators, since 2017. And from the start, it was a family operation in the early days, with Tim's brother, Tom, running the operations, and their father, Guy, handling the finances. Guy, I guess, was just their guy and father. And that one group, I guess they figured out the model faster than anyone else. And that showed up in some serious numbers, because in 2018, the platform was gaining traction, but running headfirst into some structural problems. The payment processors that made it possible to, you know, actually collect the money from the subscribers weren't a big fan of the adult side of their business. And obviously, you know, no payment processing means no business.
That's all OnlyFans has ever known for, though. I've never known for it to be anything else. Thank you, 2V, for the 27 months.
Full stop.
Thoughts on the Elden Ring movie set stuff? Did you see that the actor for Philip Carville is supposed to be in it as well? Really? Is he? I haven't seen any of this set stuff.
So, Tim sold it. And the buyer was someone that almost nobody had heard of, and nobody would really hear of him for many years to come.
Wait, where can I look at the set? Is it on Jacksepticeye's latest video?
His name was Leonid Ravinsky, who was born in Odessa, Ukraine in 1982. His family relocated to Chicago while he was still a kid, and he studied economics at Northwestern University and graduated in 2002. And from that point forward, he essentially built an entire career at, you know, scaling internet companies while keeping his name almost completely out of circulation. And even after he became the owner of one of the most talked about platforms on the planet, a single photo of him made the rounds, the same one over and over.
I always find it so funny, the dynamic of like when you get successful, do you get it through money? Or do you get it through like clout, like fame? Because that's why you have like so much talent, like YouTubers and celebs, music artists and that. But then you'll have like their manager, and their manager usually ends up making more money. But the manager is usually like kind of like faceless, like doesn't want to be like a public presence.
Which was attached to a LinkedIn profile that described him as the president at Leo.com, and you know, completely left OF out of the picture. So
I mean, what? Okay, I'm gonna ask chat a question here. Would you guys rather be successful, as in like have a recognizable, like be recognizable as a person? Or would you rather be financially successful? Which one would you want? Would you rather the social transaction or the money transaction? Fame brings money? Not always. Not always. A lot of people end up being scammed by their managers and they end up just getting nothing. It's usually the people behind the scenes that end up making more money. Money, 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 money. Mr. Krabs' voice. Financial all the way. Okay, all right. Let me rephrase that, actually. So, you can be famous and you can have money. But the other option is you can have, okay, so let's say if you're famous and you have money, you've got, you know, all your bills are covered, taxes, water, electric, and then you've got like, you know, let's say like 10, 20,000 left over to kind of play with, right? Like, you know, if you want to buy like a car or something like that, or buy like a shoe, for example, a red shoe. But then you could become, then the other option is you could become even more financially successful, but you don't have as much of a presence in the media. Like, no one really knows who you are, but you have even more money. Like, I'm talking about like one of these like big billionaires, like these Eastern European billionaires that you just have never heard of in your life. What are we thinking? The second one. LARPing finance, bro. Shut the fuck up. Just react. Sub emoji. Right, you're out. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. I'd rather be financially successful without the fame. Women tend to get stalked. Ah, you're a woman. Unfortunate. But yeah, that's true actually. Like, I've noticed that like I genuinely feel bad for like famous females. They get so many weird stalkers and stuff. It's crazy.
Essentially, what we know about this guy is he lived in a $19 million...
Do I still have to be British? No, you'd be like Bulgarian or something.
...waterfront property in Miami, but he gave 0 interviews. He made no public statements. He was, I guess, for every practical purpose, someone...
I think a lot of people don't really like the concept of being famous, like recognizable. Usually because they're quite naturally introverted themselves. And then I feel like... I definitely feel like being famous and not being behind the scenes, it does have a very high capability to corrupt someone as well. Like turn them into like ego, right? Let's say the kid that was always bullied at school and stuff like that, didn't really have any friends, that kind of thing, would always sit on his own at lunch. Like if that person becomes famous, there is not a likely chance, but there is some chance that they become famous so quickly, all of that just goes straight to their head and they get like a god complex. But I think a lot of people with that mentality learn to deal with it well as well, I think. The average GTA role player. Absolute power absolutely corrupts.
Who did not want to be found.
Not always.
What he was always doing...
I'd hate being stopped in the street. I remember the first couple of times I got recognized, and I hated it. I felt so anxious. Well, I think because I've been doing... I think one thing that's really good about the human brain, it learns to adapt to things really quickly. I mean, I made this comparison before. You get like an air freshener and stuff. You stop smelling it after a while. Not usually because it's ran out, but because your nose is adjusted to the smell. We're really good at like adapting to situations. But... I mean, now when I get recognized, it's like really humbling. It's like, okay, I've been doing YouTube like nearly 10 years. Like the fact that people still watch and stuff like that. So I think your brain does adapt to things over time. I mean, they even did a study that was really interesting. There was someone that I think lost their legs. I'm not sure how. It was like an accident or they were in the army or something like that. And their baseline existence of happiness, obviously it was nerfed. It went all the way down. Like we're talking like CSGO patch when they nerfed the CZ again. They just made it useless. Like it was just all the way down there. But then over time, the baseline happiness level actually went back to normal, to where it was before the accident. That's not the case for everyone, obviously, but I've always found that really interesting, how the brain can like adapt to things over time.
However,
sorry guys, I know I'm doing a lot of yapping here. I'm not doing funny clip farming. I heard through the grapevine that people like Joe Bartolozzi, he opened up a philosophy channel and he gets 10 times CPM. So I'm gonna try to do philosophy stuff now to make more money. Thank you.
Was running his own things, and he'd been building internet businesses since he was a teenager. And by his mid-20s, he'd built and operated more than 10 websites, developing a deep understanding in, I guess, the mechanics of adult content or entertainment and how that whole payment structure works and how...
Please don't. I mean, I said this before. I wanted to do like a weekly slap channel where I talk about things like without a script and stuff. You know, like thoughts, feelings, experiences, probably like a Q&A thing as well. I've wanted to do that for a while.
Oh, he can get...
But I have ADHD and I never get around to things. That's why I have an assistant now.
That to work without getting banned. And since he understood how this industry worked, when he was presented with the chance to buy,
I'm not putting it off, bro. I keep having these. Dude, why do you think the Nun Massacre stream still hasn't happened yet?
He did so in 2018 for $30 million. And
I have literally paid this guy to become my assistant. And I'm using him as a human sticky note. I'll just message him at 3 in the morning, random idea. Hey, can you write this down? Because I'll be like, oh my God, this great idea. And then I just forget after like 5 seconds.
It's safe to say that was a phenomenal investment for him because in 2019, the platform processed around $300 million in total payments and cleared around
one NordVPN sponsor.
$7 million in profit. Then a year later, that gross payment volume.
This is why you need Adderall. I've never taken ADHD meds.
Volume hit $2.2 billion. Then by 2021,
I've talked about that before. I don't want to take ADHD meds and then they completely cure me because it's like, what if I just start spamming? Dude, I have heard of so many YouTubers that have taken Adderall to help them lock in and then they genuinely become addicts to it. I've got a very addictive personality.
It was approaching $5 billion. And none of these numbers were being announced, but the company files with the UK as required.
Why not use a sticky note? Brother, I have a whiteboard over there. If I'm not looking at it, I still have on that whiteboard, I can see it from here, to stream dispatch. I still have on that whiteboard to possibly make a video on Total Chaos. The video's like out in a week. Anyways.
But Leonid had no interest in turning any of these numbers into some massive press release like many other entrepreneurs would. But then came that moment that probably told you more about OF than anything else because...
Dude, you have lice. That's all you're going to take away from that entire bit I just did. Mods, kill that guy.
In August of 2021, the platform announced that it was going to ban explicit content. Now, that was confusing to a lot of people because that kind of sounds like if Burger King announced it was going to stop selling burgers. So
I hate when he said burger. I immediately locked in because that really unfunny IG reel of like, you know, the one of like Logan Paul's friend and he goes, there's a burger.
Why would they ever do that?
Did he just say his name's Burger?
Well, it makes sense a little bit later on when you get the full picture. But obviously, the response from the creators on their platform was...
I'm nearly 30.
Immediate and very clear. So 6 days later, the ban was reversed. And I guess that just showed the creators that they're the product. They actually have the power here.
Do you think if you had a philosophy...
Pyro cynical, gun to your head guy here.
Oh no.
If OnlyFans falls, I'm truly going to game end myself in GTAV RP. Where else can I pay a 5'5" Latina mom with double H cups for $40 for 5 pics of her after a workout? I'm ruined, I'm done for, I can't exist.
Well, it's more normal than what I commissioned, so fair enough, mate. Someone made a comment. Do you think if you had a philosophy channel... would the comment and chat, would they lock in? Ah, definitely. Like chat here takes the piss all the time, but when I talk about serious stuff, they're actually really respectable. Like they just lock in immediately, which is best. Thank you, honey, for the 13. Currently playing my PSP. God. Oh man, if only Sony brought out another PSP, man, to play all those old games.
Of this platform. Because at the end of the day, the platform cannot exist without...
And the Galaxy does not count, or whatever they called it, that garbage.
The creators...
so we've got this handheld, but you need to have your PS5 on all the time and connected to the internet.
And the consumers paying for it. So the reason all this actually matters becomes a whole lot more clear once you look at the numbers, though. Because in 2020...
As a philosophy student, philosophy isn't serious, trust me. Well, yeah, what do you think a YouTuber's talking about it?
24, they processed $7.2 billion.
Thank you, Sean, for the 11 months.
In total transactions between the fans and the creators. OF's cut of that was about 20%, and that came out to $1.41 billion in net revenue. That is a behemoth of a company. But after expenses, pre-tax profit landed at $684 million, where the entire operation ran by only 46 full-time employees. That is insane. And then Leonid's personal...
It's like Valve. I swear Valve only has like... how many employees does Valve have? Like 300? That's insane. That is insane. Man. That's just nothing. Okay, this will be funny. How many employees does Ubisoft have?
Payouts track.
Ubisoft be like, hey guys, we're making new games. No, we're not. Here's a Black Flag remastered for PC. There's like ray tracing now. That's pretty much it.
The platform's growth, as you would pretty much expect, because in 2021, he collected around $284 million. In 2022, he collected $338 million. In 2023, he collected $472 million. And then
20,000 employees to make remasters.
in 2024, he collected $701 million, which works out to about $2 million per day.
I don't even know what games Ubisoft are making recently. It's like half of them are working on remasters and the other half are just trying to ban Muda, that streamer that was like cheating on Jinxie's stream on Six Siege.
Every day for the entire year, which means the total earnings pulled between 2021 and 2024 were just under $1.8 billion from a company that he paid roughly $30 million for. That might be one of the best investments of all time. But at the same time, the distribution between the creators is wildly uneven.
It is. I mean, I know everyone has the saying sex sells, but it really does. Like, if you think about how much of your brain is occupied by that and how it hijacks a lot of things, it is like, it's always going to be a profitable business.
Even because, you know, you have this whole notion where a bunch of people would start an OF and make a whole bunch of money. But for the most part, that's not true. It's very similar to how Twitch is in a way. I don't really like drawing comparisons between Twitch and but you know, you have a handful of top streamers on Twitch that make a crazy amount of money, and then the average streamer makes way below minimum wage, and that's the case with as well. But I mean, that's just a whole nother topic for its own. But the thing is, by 2025, Leonid...
I mean, he makes a good point there. How many viewers do I have on Twitch right now? Probably like less than 100. Let's have a look. Because all of you are over on YouTube. I bet you it's like less than 100, maybe 120 if I'm lucky. 187. Yeah, literally just nothing.
My PC and my first video essay on my microscopic channel just hit 10k, and it's the first time that's happened, and everyone's asleep and I don't have anyone else to tell, so I am saying it here, yay.
You made a video essay and I got 10k. Congrats, bro. That's sick. That's insane. That's really good. Happy for you.
Was looking for a buyer. And it didn't take long for him to realize, selling this platform is going to be a challenge.
Could you imagine, like, he's talking about doing a video essay and I'm saying congrats, and then like I go on his channel and then the video essay will be like In Defense of Cuties or something like that?
Because on
that Netflix film.
Paper, I mean, the investment is insane. Over $1.4 billion in annual net revenue, profit margin.
Is it a video game essay? What's it on?
That most businesses would consider borderline unbelievable. Roughly 380 million registered users and fewer than 50 people on payroll. If you strip the context and handed someone the financial statements, they would assume they were looking at some sort of tech unicorn that had figured out everything. However, the context is the biggest problem here, because a large portion of the institutional investors, you know, the ones with the actual capital to do a deal at this scale, they operate under something called vice clauses, which are restrictions embedded.
Yo, Pyro, I just drank so much milk and I'm so gassy. Why is your profile picture the Danny DeVito clapping gif? This is his profile picture, by the way. This is dog vomit. That's a workplace humor one. That's a family-friendly one. That's like a queso joke because he doesn't swear.
Embedded in their agreements with their own backers that prevent them from putting money into certain categories. Because often, I mean, these firms don't only use their own money, they have liquidity providers or people who invest money into them, and they operate as a hedge fund, and then they deploy other people's money.
Yeah, that describes PyroLIVE. You still watch it though, don't you? You still watch it.
Money with the end goal of, you know, beating the S&P 500 in an annual return. And a lot of people just don't want their funds to go into, you know, investing in these vice businesses, which considers adult content, tobacco, gambling, and weapons.
That's like the best ways to make money in the world right now. Like everything he listed is so bad, but it is all like the fastest ways to make money. Dude, I saw this. Okay, I saw this one guy on Instagram, and he was like, "How I made $20,000 a month," and I was like, "Oh, this could be like a really good like coming up story." He talks about how he struggled at school, he started his own business, and you know, when you hear stories like that, you think, okay, it's just going to be one of these drop shipping losers, and then they're going to move to Dubai and brag about it. And it wasn't. He actually opened up in the beginning and was like, I'm not like one of these drop shipping losers. And I was like, okay, let's hear him out. Let's see what kind of product he's selling. It was vapes.
It's a video essay on the absurdity of...
It was vapes. He made a vape vending machine that you didn't need ID to buy from. I just thought to myself, oh my God, man. Holy hell. I could do that if I wanted to. I could get into selling vapes. I remember Ludwig worked at a vape store, by the way. Don't know why I remember that. But like, that's not a W. You're getting people hooked on an incredibly addictive drug. That is such an L. Why are you bragging about that? It's really funny because like he was hearting all the comments, and there was one singular comment that had like 300 likes, and it was like, yeah, nice one getting the new generation hooked on a drug, loser. And it was the only comment he didn't like. Thank you, Nikki, for the 10.
It's a video essay on the absurdity of dress-up games and the duality of girlhood. And you kept calling me he, and I am one of the 5 women on your streams, less than 3.
Oh, it's over. You're a woman. Thank you, Nikki, for the 10. Yeah, congrats on the views on that essay, though.
So regardless of the numbers, a lot of the most obvious buyers are essentially blocked from even writing the check. Then you have the operational.
No, I'm not talking about people that already vape. I don't give a shit if you vape or not. I'm not going to sit here on my high horse and say that you shouldn't. I mean, you shouldn't. But like, I've talked about nicotine before. You don't need it. It's a very dangerous substance because it's addictive. It brings you into this feedback loop of like, oh, it's a cognitive enhancement. And then you just end up spamming it because you have no self-control.
Risks, which are, you know, Visa and MasterCard.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't give a shit if anyone vapes now. I really don't care. But it's more just like getting the younger generation hooked on it. It's like, dude, you're making money, but like at what cost? Like, holy, like, imagine any time he sets up one of those vending machines in like a new town, there's just like the Fallout 3 negative karma sound effects.
It's very shown that they...
Like, where's that sound? Like here's the sound. Here's the sound. Like any time he's setting up a new vape machine in a town that you don't need ID for, by the way.
You could, you know, threaten to cut off payment processing for adult platforms. And this is exactly what pushed OF towards its failed 2021.
Zyn is better. No, it's not. No, it's not. I take them from time to time, and I've said it's not good for you. It's not. And they're dangerous as well, because, you know, a cigarette is horrendous for you, and a vape is, but at least you have to go outside to do it. You know, if you've got a pouch in your mouth, it's just like, I don't even need to leave my chair. I can just like keep spamming them.
One ban.
That's like the fastest way to build up a tolerance.
And since the platform is almost entirely reliant on subscription revenue, it has to go through payment processors that take somewhere between 5 to 10% in fees on top of the 2 to 3% fees.
You should eat veggies instead of vaping. You are like everyone's mom on earth when your mom catches you with like a Monster Zero and she has like a complete panic attack that's going to immediately stop your heart.
From the most regular, you know, Visa and Master, which is far above the usual 2 to 3% that most regular business.
I can't believe cigarettes are banned in the UK for the next generation. Hang on, I need to turn on my AC. I saw that. Hang on, let me I think there's a news report for it. Oh, Belch. But yeah, I don't think anyone should be bragging about taking nicotine and any positives it gives you. It's like the same as alcohol. It's like, you know, they were saying that like, what's in alcohol that's like good for your heart? In like red wine? I forget what it is, but it's meant to help. And it's like they've shown you need to drink like 3 bottles of wine to even get that benefit. And the amount of downsides you have with that as well. Yeah, I saw this, that smoking's being banned in the UK. They're banning it after 2000. Yeah, anyone born after 2009 is now not going to be... And this isn't just smoking, by the way. This is all nicotine products. So this sounds great, right, guys? It's not going to be great. Because what's going to happen is you're just going to have an entire black market explode. It's like, I'm in Australia, right? Did you know vapes are banned in Australia? Vaping is banned. No, it's not. You go to any fucking corner shop here, there isn't a 7-Eleven or an official one, and a guy will just sell you one immediately. 9 times out of 10, they don't even check your ID. Yeah, I found it. Here it is. Tobacco ban in the UK could create a smoke-free generation, but it isn't a tobacco ban, it's a nicotine ban. They're saying anything with a nicotine product. Anyone smoking or vaping? There's no nicotine in a vape. I mean, there is nicotine in a vape. There's no tobacco in a vape, is what I meant. Making it illegal to sell to... Like, this is not going to work, bro. Do you know how many, like, dodgy corner shops there are in the UK? Like, they are everywhere here in Australia. I see people like vaping here all the time, and it's like no one cares. You know how like you've got like weed in Amsterdam, and it's like it's technically illegal or it's decriminalized or whatever the cope is. Like you're not allowed to do it, but still, everyone does it. I mean, it's funny. They're actually looking at banning smoking weed in Amsterdam now because of all the tourists, because they just get so high, they just become like such a public nuisance. So I think they're restricting it to just actual citizens that can do it. Yeah, I see loads of people vape in Melbourne, and they've all got the exact same brand of vape. Like, there is no selection of choice there. It's like this one that looks like a gold bar. It's really weird. Young people can easily get adults to buy it for them. I don't think that's the issue, man. I think the issue is you're going to have, like, all the corner shops that are just still selling it, and they don't care. They look the other way. It's like in London, you've got those, like, really dodgy sweet stores, like the American Export Candy. It's like all the candy from around the world on like Oxford Street and stuff in London. And then like usually there's an investigation. They find out there was mass money laundering. They disappear, they pack up, and then another company takes over and they just do the exact same thing. Alibaba. I think that's what it's called. I don't vape, like genuinely, so. Let's have a look. Oh, it is these. Yeah. This is the one that everyone has. This is the the gold bar. This is the one that everyone has in Australia. This is like the only one you can get. And they are illegal, but again, it's just like any store. Yeah, it's so weird, the rules here. It's like how you go to you go to like a corner shop in the UK, you try and buy cigarettes, and they're just on display behind the guy. But here in Australia, it's so weird. They keep it shut behind a door. It's so strange. And it's like, oh, wait, oh, they put it behind a sliding door, Minecraft trapdoor. Oh, I don't see the cigarettes, so I don't want them anymore. It's like, it's so weird how each country kind of treats like their substances a little bit differently.
Are charged from payment processors. So obviously...
Don't vape, cap emoji. I will happily... Dude, if I do like a polygraph test on stream or something, like someone needs to ask me if I vape, because I don't vape. I've never vaped. I cannot recall. I think I had a cigarette at a club when I was like 18. And I had the cigarette and I was just like, I don't get it. So I just never touched it again. Ever. Dude, I am that autistic. If I see someone on the street smoking, I purposely hold my breath when I'm walking past them. I'm not even joking. I did that as a kid, and it's just something that I still do now as an adult.
That is a tax on their margins, and now they're dependent to payment processors.
He says cigarette in such a zesty way. How is that zesty in any way?
And not only that, but there's also a regulatory pressure. So the UK communications regulator, they hit with a 1.4 million pound fine in early 2025.
I feel so bad for Atozy. I've side quested this video so badly.
For a week.
I just like I love Atozy's videos, but as soon as he just got into like all the analytics and stuff, I was like brain turned off.
Age verification practice, which, you know, might not be the biggest deal for them financially, but it's a pretty clear sign of where this enforcement is going. And then you have that exit problem because...
Okay, let's not be saying pyrozynical. Do you still call cigarettes a bundle of sticks as a Brit? No, we use another word that begins with F, but I probably shouldn't say it on stream.
If someone bought it, how did...
Can you be quiet? I'm trying to sleep. Get that guy out. Yeah, I timed him out.
They eventually sell it.
Can you be quiet? It's I don't like, am I in a New York apartment and you're like the annoying neighbor upstairs bagging on the broom? Can you be quiet, please? I'm trying to sleep.
Like taking it public through a stock market listing, that's essentially impossible under the current conditions. And there's also no obvious second buyer standing by, and the insane financials don't resolve the fact that this is an asset.
A bundle of sticks is that word? No, it's not. It's a different word.
Most people in finance don't really want to be publicly associated with. And I mean...
Does it rhyme with maggot? Yes.
If I was to get...
Wait, no. It's the first three letters. No, it's the first three. No. That's no. Oh, no. That's not what I meant. You call us. No. You no. You know what I'm trying to say. No. We're not doing this clip, fam. Look, no. Google's saving me here, bro. The Google AI. That's why it's called that. 19th century slang, the last worn out remnant of a piece of cloth. Okay? That's why. Look, dude, our language is cooked, okay? Like, you literally have, you literally, like this is a real food you can buy in the UK. That's not parody. Okay? Don't try and get trying to cancel me here. It's not gonna work. There's context. There's context, okay?
Yes, that might be one of the reasons why they tried to stop allowing adult content on their platform.
I gave you the pass. Yeah, thanks.
Back in, 2021, plus the whole payment processors problem. So the asking price of the platform started at about $8 billion, and no one was interested, despite their insanely high valuation. But the firm that eventually
ukulele video
emerged as, I guess, the most serious buyer was Architect Capital, a San Francisco-based investment fund that got its start in 2020, providing credit to Latin American startups. And they had more recently become known for its tendency towards complicated...
You've been on this video for 30 minutes, by the way? Yeah, because you won't shut up.
Situations. Because its founder, James Sagan, was one of the larger investors in Juul, a, vaping and nicotine product that you guys are probably familiar with at this point. And honestly, that's just a whole nother...
I find it funny how vapes as well were just... They're literally invented by the tobacco company because they realized that no one's going to smoke anymore. Because it's becoming so outdated. I feel like now there are probably some people here in their 20s that smoke cigarettes, right? I've kind of noticed that you only really smoke cigarettes if you... How do I explain this in a nice way? You look like you listen to Blade. You look a little bit like you're trying to dress up as a Homestuck character. I'm sorry. Yeah, that didn't come out right. But like, you know where I'm coming from, right? That makes sense.
Video, because Juul completely took over the world like right before the pandemic, and it definitely did extremely well during the pandemic. And then it seems like it kind of got like banned, at least most of their flavors got banned. And then suddenly you had
most modern smokers work in kitchens. Yeah, isn't there a meme where it's like the chefs always have that like cigarette on their break kind of thing?
Like Geek Bars and all these other like off-brand versions of Juul which arguably are worse.
Pyro, are you lonely in that closet? What closet? I don't get it. Thank you, Hunter, for joining.
That kind of took over everything. But yeah, long story, but...
Check the Reddit. Yep, unfunny time. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for the unfunny. I am teetering for the unfunny here. There's nothing you did. Oh, wait. Hang on. Wait, there's an animation here, actually. So this guy's saying, my career is over. It's a real food, by the way. Real food. That's not cancelled. That's not cancelled. Not even going to bother playing that. Can we get a stream movie night? Sharing some animations I did. Hang on. Call of animations because Reddit won't let me post. Right, so the entire stream's just been claimed now. Great. Wait a minute, killing Dolan. I like this. Wait a minute. Slop Live has fallen, ladies and germs. You've seen it here first. You've seen it here first. Is that me throwing rocks? Lop. Lop. Yeah, that artist is very talented, though. Very based. Very good stuff. I like it. Dude, I'm sorry. My ADHD is so bad. I gotta watch this again. Right.
Essentially, Juul had its products pulled by the shelves by the FDA, and they later settled more than $1 billion in lawsuits over allegations that it was being
How is that BB No Money LARP?
Marketed towards teenagers. So, I mean, it's safe to say that Architect's brand...
Play it a third time, please. Nah. Two's enough. Two's enough.
Has some tolerance for risky investment.
The animation was at the end of a slot video. I think we used it. We need to get more people doing fan art that we can feature at the end of videos.
And the pitch...
But that one artist that did that is like really talented. They've posted a lot on the Pyro art channel, which more people should be doing, by the way. Like, have you seen how talented like Vine Source community is? Like Vinny and Joel?
Sagon
what?
Made the potential backers had two core ideas. First, diversify the platform, push it towards mainstream creator niches, and try to make it competitive.
Creator niches. Okay, so feet. Already mentioned that one.
With something like Patreon, rather than positioning it as purely an adult content site. Obviously.
Did I just lose viewers because I raised my voice? What? Why do I bother streaming? He's too loud. He woke me up. Thank you, Iggy, for the 7 months. I was wondering how you got your ADHD diagnosis. Did you end up doing the WAIS IQ test? I got no idea what that is. No, I went to a private in the UK and I had to fill out a bunch of forms. There was a lot of forms. They gave me like 20 forms to fill out and each one took like 40 minutes. And if you've got ADHD, that is the worst thing you can ever do to assess someone. And then they also I had to give a secondary person, so my mum, for like when I was a child, because I wouldn't remember. But, you know, basically asking a parent, what was he like during childhood? I just remember every parents' evening I had is like, it was the same thing. He's really smart, but he doesn't pay attention. He's not stupid, but he doesn't pay attention, just every time.
OF is primarily an adult content platform, and the majority of the traffic and subscriptions and the money all comes from that. And without that core, it would just be a minor player when it comes to, like, you know, competing in the space with YouTube, Patreon, and Spotify. And now that Spotify also added long form content and subscription models.
I remember that one guy that was like making a bunch of AI songs and he made like millions of dollars. And then Spotify caught onto it, and now I think he got put in prison or something.
But I feel like it might even be smaller than Rumble if they tried to play in the non-adult space. Also,
every child has heard that exact phrase. Oh, definitely. But I was actually like a fucking idiot at school.
Fun fact, since I'm mentioning Spotify, I was kind of forced to make a
More of us
Spotify.
might draw you art and fat slop if we didn't have to use Reddit to send it.
I mean, there's Twitter DMs. I check those like once a week, even though I hate checking Twitter. There's also there's the Discord server as well. I need like an art hashtag or something like that. That's actually a good idea. But that's so lame. That's so lame. That's really soy. I don't know.
Some dude kept stealing my content.
Do you have a Discord channel? I've got a Discord server. Like anyone can join it. The members, the people that become members here, they get like extra perks though.
And re-uploading it to Spotify. So if you want to enjoy my content on Spotify, you can do that as well. I'll leave a link down below so you guys know that it's actually me and not the dude impersonating me. So if you want to leave a review there, that would also help me not get impersonated.
I'm raw dogging ADHD and I got finals soon. It's over. I don't think it's over. I just think you need to get a source of dopamine to shut your brain off. Go out on a run or a walk or something. Usually you get overstimulated. You're understimulated because you've got no stimulation. Like if I want to lock in and do something, I go to the gym or I go on a run. That's a healthy way for me to do it. And get off your phone! Get off your phone! I hate this cope where it's like, oh, dude, I've got ADHD so bad. I was scrolling reels for like 20 minutes and I meant to study. They are designed to occupy your time. That is how these apps are designed. These apps are getting so good. You've got all these people in Silicon Valley and they're like, I don't even understand how this algorithm works anymore. It's outgrown us. It's become such a monster. I'm going to give this advice that I learned from when I was lurking Jay Schlatt's weekly slap channel. He said that when he needed to lock in, he bought an app called OneSec. ONESEC. You pay like £5 for it, and then you can use it to block apps. I've said this before. And you can choose the length of how long the message comes up before you can access the app. And that time between you clicking on the app and getting that instant gratification is blocked. There's a wall. So then you actually have 10 seconds to yourself to think, wait a minute, no, I don't want to open this app. Because everyone's done it, right? You've doom scrolled for a bit and then you're like, ah, God, this sucks. I feel like shit. You close the app and then immediately muscle memory, you just open it again. I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing? So then you have that physical block. And because you're paying money for the app, you're paying like $5. It then makes you think, okay, this isn't like a free app with ads. This is an investment now. I need this to work. I think there is a free version of it as well, to be fair.
But continuing the video, over the years, OF has genuinely been trying to build a safe for work community on the platform, including
paying £5 to delete apps. Okay, you just missed. Okay. Kill yourself. Okay, don't. I gave such good advice there, bro. You turn it into a bit again.
Chefs, athletes, musicians, comedians, and fitness coaches. And they also launched their own safe for work streaming service called OFTV back in 2021. And they've actively been trying to pursue other...
Thank you, Strix Boys, for the 19 months. Gonna see Miku next week. What, the anime woman, Hatsune Miku?
Their partnerships since.
Isn't she not real?
But I don't really...
It's like gorillas, right? Just a hologram.
Think any of it really took off. Though that is, again, still such a tiny portion of what actually is. Then you have, you know, the real competitors here, YouTube, Spotify, and Patreon.
Do you get a dopamine spike every time you get an atrocious cut? No, I get a cortisol spike.
They don't allow any 18 plus content. And I don't see a world where OF is actually able to compete with any of these platforms in the safer workspace.
Are you still turned on by furries? Holy coma patient.
Because, you know, the stigma that comes with the name. It's just like, I don't know. I just can't see most creators being very inclined to be like, hey guys, follow my unless they're paid like a massive bag. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. But that problem will be something.
Does anyone do that thing where like you see someone like on Twitter and you don't like their opinion? You click on their profile and there's an OnlyFans link and you just think it's over.
The new owner will have to inherit. And another step that they might need to do is acquire a banking license. Because even if they acquire OF, what happens if the payment processors shut them off? That would be really bad. So a potential...
No, you don't do that.
Solution for that would be if the platform could become its own financial institution. I mean, in theory, it could. That would definitely be a massive uphill battle for them, though. But that would at least help them reduce the 5 to 10% fee burden. Currently, the valuation on the table is $3.5 billion, with Architect taking 60%.
It gets better, actually. Right, that was meant to be rage bait, but I know that you're being absolutely serious there.
Of the equity in the...
Oh, it's probably AI. Yeah, like those AI Twitter DMs. God, I get so many of them. They're so grim. It's unreal. They'll say things like, what would they say? Things like, hi, I really enjoy your content. Right, you know what? I'm going to read some of these now because I got like, wait, maybe, I think I blocked Twitter on my phone actually. Did I block it? Okay, I actually used 1 sec to block Twitter on my phone, so it's over.
The deal. So in just a few years, this is essentially lost 4.
But yeah, they'd say things like, I can tell that you read a lot of literature and books. I'm like, what the fuck are you smoking? Like the last time I read a book was probably like a video game instruction manual for like the PS1.
$5 billion in valuation because no one wants to buy it. And the Wall Street Journal.
How are we going to send DMs when you block it? I mean, I'm going to check it at some point, but because of that block, I'll check Twitter like once a day instead of just like mind-numbingly scrolling and stuff.
Soprano had originally reported a total deal value, including debt, at 5.5.
I am so happy that they hid Twitter likes, by the way. Like, dude, if they go back on that and they turn off, they turn off the privacy for Twitter likes, it's fucking over. Genuinely.
$5 billion compared to an earlier $8 billion valuation just 1 year before, with slower growth and tougher sale process dragging the number down. And this number was apparently dragged down due to slower growth and just a tough sales process. But Sagan's $500 million fund wasn't nearly large enough to cover a deal of this size on its own. So he spent months going door to door trying to assemble the capital. And the family offices turned out to be the most receptive audience, largely because they don't really face the same restrictions that prevent more of the, mainstream funds from joining. And the deal was supposed to close by the end of March of this year. But then Leonid passed away and everything just got way more complicated. Obviously, I don't want...
I mean, surely it'd be owned by shareholders as well, not just the one guy.
I want to sound disrespectful.
Probably had majority shares, though.
Respectful here, but terrible time. Just when everything seemed to align, he passed away. And this happened on March 20th, 2026 in Florida. And the platform made an announcement with a brief statement saying that he had passed away peacefully after a long battle with cancer, but his family asked for privacy and no details were shared. But what came out in the following days were how few people actually knew about how serious his condition was. And sources told the media that Leonid himself had driven the urgency behind the sale because of his health. Because the guy was...
I mean, there's a lot of people that are famous that aren't open about their cancer diagnosis. Is it Chadwick Boseman that played Black Panther? He wasn't very open about it. Virgil Abloh as well, who was the creator of Off-White clothing. I think Virgil actually, I forget, I think Virgil got Kanye into fashion design, I think, as well. I'm not sure. I know that they were kind of friends and then they might have fell out. I'm not too sure.
Apparently trying to get a deal closed specifically because he was concerned.
I always found this funny with Off-White, like the logo. Like it's, God, I remember like actually being hyped about Off-White. I mean, I don't really care about it that much anymore anyway. Off-White logo. And then Glasgow Airport. Literally the exact same. It's an airport sign that they had in like the 60s. And it just got yoinked. And it was like, yep, mine now. I mean, the sign does go kind of hard, though. Holy crap, arrows. But yeah. You'll notice that a lot with, like, very successful people, by the way. They just hire, like, loads of researchers to just go out on, like, burner accounts on Instagram and just collect anything that they can for, like, reference and stuff.
Learned about leaving his family.
Virgil stole hella shit. I mean, Pyrex Vision was a yoink. I do, you know, rest in peace, Virgil, but Pyrex Vision was a yoink. So he actually, he had a clothing brand called Pyrex Vision before Off-White. And I think what they did here is they just kind of bought pre-existing shirts from Lacoste or something like that. And then they basically just put Pyrex on the back of it and charged like 20 times the price. I'm gonna look at the Pyrex Vision thing. I can't find anything about it. Did I just make up a lie and say it like it's the truth? Hang on, let's have a look. Intentionally as an experiment, rebranding, legal and technical limitations. Reports indicate that Ablo was unable to register the name Pyrex, forcing a stop to the brand. It is rumored that legal pressure existed for the use of other labels' apparel. I'm pretty sure he did mass buy, like, pre-existing brands and then basically just put Pyrex on the back of it or the front of it and then just sold it for, like, more money.
In a complicated situation without clear ownership. And as a part of that, in 2024, he transferred his stake of the company into a private trust, with his family being the expected beneficiaries. So obviously, if the deal with Architect Capital was already messy, it just got so much worse, because the firm was still in the process of raising the equity it needed when Leonid passed. So it seems like the money simply just wasn't fully there. And suddenly now, investors who've been on the...
ADHD increases the risk of Parkinson's without meds. Oh my fucking god, it's over. Wait, no, the meds increase the risk. What do you mean it reduces it? Potential link between ADHD and an increased risk of developing Parkinson's, especially young adults treated with stimulant medications. Though other studies suggest the risk is lower and more evidence is needed. Dude, can you not scare the fuck out of me on stream? What the hell?
Fence, we're dealing with a whole new layer of issues. Now you have estate laws, a different person now effectively in control of the asset, and deal terms that would now have to be renegotiated.
AI overlay. Well, you know the AI overlay has to cite sources. I mean, yeah, okay. 9 times out of 10, it's just leeching off a Reddit post, but still.
Negotiated with a trust rather than
fear mogging.
The original.
Oh no, my cortisol is spiked now, bro.
Seller. So the timeline that was already extended was pushed back once again. And as of this video, the deal remains open. And the future of OnlyFans right now is genuine uncertain, which is why it seems like the OnlyFans empire is collapsing. And the company...
I don't think it's going to collapse. I think this is the same cope that, like, when limited ads came on YouTube, and then you had, like, VidMe and Storyfire and all those companies. I still find Storyfire amazing, by the way. They paid me a ridiculous amount of money. Okay, I'm not clicking that link, actually. That looks dodgy as fuck. But, yeah, like, they paid me a ridiculous amount of money for a sponsor. And then their company just... fell off.
Company has a current CEO. His name is Kelly Blair, who has been running the day-to-day operations, but what's clear is there's a lot of money at stake.
I mean, to be fair, it does say ADHD is like a 3 times higher chance of getting Parkinson's, but if you compare it to the baseline stat, it's still just 0. It's not like 20% of everyone gets Parkinson's or something.
A lot of different interests, and a company.
It probably just goes up by like a couple of percent.
Company that, despite everything working against it, keeps printing cash at a rate that makes it very hard to ignore. So, I mean, it's safe to say whatever happens next will probably not be any more bizarre than the story of this company. I mean, the company's story is how a $10,000 loan from a dad with way too much patience suddenly turned into a $7 billion a year empire ran by some secret Ukrainian billionaire no one has ever heard of. I mean, come on, this is such a crazy story. And I feel like this is just a situation that no one's been talking about, because every time I hear OF in the news, it's about one of their stars making like $1 bazillion a year.
I like the rug he's got in the background. I had one of those as a kid. You guys had those as well, right? Look, they were really cool.
So I just wanted to come here and talk about it for a bit. So hey, if you're new here, my name's Atozi, or A to Z.
Look, I'm not hating, I'm sorry. I love Atozi's content. I just didn't expect it to be so like kind of analytical and looking at news reports and percentages and stuff. Okay. What else have we got? How private equity turns your favorite channels into slop. 3.6 milli in 10 days. That's more than Fear and Hunger. It's over. It's over. Fear and Hunger's on like 4.6 mil in like 3 months. It's over.
YouTube channels that you're subscribed to. There's a good chance at least one of them was quietly sold to private equity.
I heard about this. You've got all these billionaires now that realize no one's watching TV anymore or traditional media. So we now need to invest in the younger generation. It's like what I talked about last video, how like Big Tobacco realized that cigarettes are dying. So now they're all investing into Zins and vapes and stuff to get the next generation on it.
But hold on, how? The creator is still there and the thumbnails look the same, but behind the scenes, the same guys behind Blackstone are now calling the shots for your favorite creator. And unlike—
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, when I saw that one channel,
same guys behind Blackstone are now—
when I saw this one channel, Colin and Samir, no hate to the guys at all, but I could immediately tell it's like these guys were not homegrown. Absolutely not. You know when you get YouTubers that you see and they just immediately have like studio level production quality, and it's just like, how? Like, I've got nearly 5 mil on my main channel. These guys have got 1.6, and they look, with the amount of like cinematography and the traveling and stuff, it's like they spend like $30,000 like per video or something, and they upload like weekly.
Now calling the shots for your favorite creator. And unlike an ad read, the creator is—
Nah, they're not plants. They probably started off homegrown like we all did, but then they got that big contract where they just got an amazing amount of money. Okay, glaze time. But that's why I'm really happy that there's still popularity for channels like Critical. And even, you know, like another extent like Dolan as well, like Slop Live and stuff. Because it still shows that there's a market where you can still be kind of authentic and not have this huge production team, and you can still pull in income, you can still make a living, you can still make like a disgusting amount of money. I think that's really refreshing that we haven't gone down that kind of like corporate route for everyone yet.
under no legal obligation to—
There's so many plant channels, man. Wasn't there one called like Girl in a Van? Right, this is probably going to bring up a porn video, actually. Hang on. Oh, there's so many of them now. Yeah, it's like, you know, there's so many of these people I see that are like, yeah, I used to live in LA, but yeah, I used to live in LA and I wasn't really enjoying it. So I kind of got out of the city life and I'm driving around now in my van. And I love driving around in my van.
Tell you that the channel quietly changed hands. So really, you actually have no idea whether this channel was bought out too or not.
Real voice, by the way.
It's not. It turns out it's not slowing down because private equity firms have quietly spent over $4 billion buying YouTube channels. But what's weird is that it's not even really going.
Verit Asiam is still good. I can never say his name properly. Yeah, I think I watched his video about like kind of selling up and stuff, and he basically said he just wants to kind of slow down a bit now. It's because he's got a family, right? So it's stuff like that I kind of understand.
That great. Early signs are seeing the creators who built the channels walking out, videos starting to slowly suck.
Okay, let's not be mentioning Quebble Cup on this list, bro. Like that's not even like that's not even comparable there on the spectrum. Am I broke? He still hasn't uploaded. Is he still doing the shorts? Oh, did he actually stop doing AI? Wait a minute, let him cook. I wonder if this is AI. Opera GX, man. Fucking hell. Load. Holy.
We're back with some more crazy GTA 5 races, and in today's video, if Jelly loses, I'm allowed to turn him into an AI forever. Welcome back to racing!
Dude, I remember when I met... This is such a weird story. I remember when I got... This is like when I was a really small YouTuber. And I remember getting in a call with this guy, Jelly, and then his mate, Sloggo Man. And I remember like saying that I wanted to join their group. I'm not even joking. This is like when I first started out on YouTube. Like I wanted to join their group and do funny moments. And then I remember them saying something to me along the lines of like, oh yeah, we'll see how it goes and we'll get back to you. They obviously never did. They were like, oh my God, how did he even... I think this was over Skype or something. I don't remember how long ago it was. But could you imagine... And then I remember seeing them at Insomnia. They were doing like a one-day event, I think, doing like a meet and greet and stuff. And then I just thought to myself, oh my God, imagine like in another universe. It's like Invincible, right? Where like every universe, like Mark is evil except like the canon one where he's good. It's like, imagine every other universe. I ended up doing GTA 5 funny moments with Quebble Cup, Jelly, and Sluggo Man. Would that, oh, that'd be so, like, I would not have the fan base loyalty I have now. All my fans would have been like 6, and then they turn older, and they just wouldn't watch. There'd be no loyalty there. I wouldn't be able to do the film reviews. I wouldn't be able to do the game reviews. I'd literally just be stuck doing fucking jumping tricks in GTA 5. And that shit now is basically just been reduced to like the bottom half of a screen when you're watching Los Polos and his fat dad getting baited by chat on like IG Reels.
Into an AI forever.
That'd be depressing. I think if I went down that route and I got involved with that group, I think I wouldn't be doing YouTube anymore. I'd just be doing like business and stuff like that. So that question I mentioned to chat earlier, it's like, would you rather be successful? Like, would you rather have like clout? I hate that word. E-fame, I guess. Or would you rather have a lot of money? Because I reckon these guys, they're all set for life. They got tens of millions probably. They never need to work again a day in their life. But it's just like, how, I don't know how you could live like that, genuinely. I'm not talking about being financially secure, but it's like, if you have the option to have like a loyal following or just, you know, fuck off and go do a bunch of AI, it's just like, man. Like, I get it. People get older, right? I saw an interview with Jacksepticeye, actually, when he was on like a red carpet or something, and he was talking about his Bloodborne film. And he basically said he's never going to go back to like daily uploading and stuff. He's pretty much like, he's treating, he wanted to quit YouTube, I think, because he was so burnt out. And he, you know, he's a very old man. He's unk, you know, he's like 67. But he also did say that he's found a better balance now. So, but he still isn't doing spam daily uploads like he used to. He did the bit. He did the bit. Let's do this.
Oh my God, my ears are bleeding. I'm first place. Let's
I don't think this is AI. I respect it.
go. My car's so much slower than yours. Wait, Jelly, why do you have a chrome car? How does that work? I'm so much faster.
I'm already bored. Fair enough, mate. I'm already bored, but respectable. I respect the grind.
in the private.
Yeah, it's like, you know, you had like all those people doing like, here's a good example, Vanos Gaming, right? He's still doing like GTA funny moments and stuff, but he treats it as a side thing now. Because oh God, you know what I sounded like there for a second? Do you remember that clip that went viral of like mini lads slagging off all of his mates? They're still doing Gmods. Oh, wow. I can't believe that. I'm not spiteful at all. But with Evan or whatever his name was, he went into music. He basically did like what Filthy Frank did. I mean, Joji just like completely quit and then he just got into music, really. But yeah, he's still doing the Vanos Gaming stuff, but then he's also got like his music. And he uses his music for like a really fucking good outlet as well. I wonder how often he still uploads, actually. Oh, he's still going pretty hard, to be fair. Respectable. Does anyone know what his name is? He's also ripped. Oh, he was always ripped, dude. I mean, not to glaze, but like, I remember seeing his ALS challenge and I was like, holy shredded.
Hey guys, my name's Evan, but most of you guys probably know me by my channel name.
Like, okay, he's not like blasting Tren, but like, he was always very well built. I'm not gay. There it is. Yeah, look at that, man. He's getting like a mil a video. That's like so good. That's insane. Is he doing the old camcorder nostalgia bit? Throws rock. Gay. Holy fucking spyware. And you can tell this probably won't be anywhere near as profitable as when he was doing Vanos Gaming, but you can tell that this is like his passion and he's happy doing it. And that, like, when you've been doing YouTube for so long, that's exactly what matters.
Private equity firm that bought them can't even milk the ad dollars that they were counting on. So then why is private equity continuing to double down? Well, because what they're really paying for is your trust. Trust that doesn't just sell VPN.
You should sell out too. I'm waiting for Peter Thiel to reach out to me. I don't think he's learnt about the niche of video game essays yet. He's too busy bankrolling clavicular.
And mattresses, but trust that can help pick whichever candidate protects.
Who was that girl that was the biggest obvious plant? She had a podcast, and by the second episode, she had Drake on. The woman and her original claim to fame was like, I'm pregnant, LOL. I do a bunch of pregnant TikToks, LOL. Is it Bobby Althoff or something? No, not Haley Welch. Yeah, Bobby Althoff, that's right. Yeah, she had like an episode with Drake on. And then immediately, I think the episode... Bobby Althoff. Yeah, and then immediately after, like, not even joking, I think it was like the next day that shit was removed. Oh, the plant money ran out, holy. Yeah, look at that, like Drake. I don't know Bert Kreischer. I just know he's very red in the face because he drinks all the time. And anytime I see a clip of him, he just talks about how much he drinks. Thank you, Kay, for the 24 months.
Private equity's interests. And not only was 2024 proof of this, it's just the beginning. And so I followed the money across every deal that I could find and mapped out.
Are you going to turn up to a To Be Honest recording? If I show up to recording, I think at this point it's been so long because I've been such a flake. I need to use the I need to use my bad mic. Could you imagine listening to a To Be Honest recording and you have like the most clear, crisp audio? Sounds exactly like this.
Imagine listening to a podcast and your host has a mic of this quality. Wouldn't that be amazing?
I think so.
Exactly how this works and what will happen in the future. And what I found is that it's looking increasingly likely that private equity is about to take it all for themselves. And if something doesn't change, we won't just lose the platform that we all love, but the last bastion of trust at a time when there's nothing much left to trust.
Oh, I've seen that clip. The Sinclair Broadcasting Group, and they're just like all across America, just all these channels, just saying the exact same pre-recorded message. I've always found the irony here, right? It's like YouTube is always an alternative to TV, and now it's just becoming TV.
Trust. So to understand this whole thing, I think the best way is by...
Your voice gets so much louder when I bring your stream to the bathroom. Holy. Okay, that's like a 7 IQ take. Okay, so I'm guessing your bathroom floor is like... And your walls are like porcelain and plaster, right? And in your bedroom, you probably have a carpet, right? Do you know what echo is? Do you know what noise cancelling is? Why do you think when people are like recording in a sound booth, they've got all the black foam around them? Like that guy in chat is so fucking dead. He just learned like what echoing is.
Showing you how a private...
He just learned like what acoustics are.
...equity firm even buys a YouTube channel. And I'll show you by being private equity in this demonstration. And once you see how this actually...
I didn't say Echo 2K.
...works step by step, you will understand why so many...
He's on the glass pipe. He sat on the toilet on the glass pipe.
YouTube channels you watch are quietly changing, and why
Never been on it. What are you talking about?
Nobody had to tell you about it. So let's say I work at a private equity fund, a big fund with...
That is crazy. I gotta teach him how sound travels. Why is my bathroom quieter, louder than my bedroom? Let's ask AI. It's not even coming up with AI because it's such a dumbass question. Oh, look at that. Okay, I don't understand what's going on here. So this makes sense. You're in the bed. You're in the bedroom with the carpet. You're probably bed rotting, playing my stream, right? On like a TV or something. And then you pull out your phone. You put me on the phone. And then you notice how bathroom with tile. I gotta do like a pirate software thing where I draw this stuff. And then you've got the toilet. And then the sound of the stream, the toilets... I don't get this bit. I don't get this bit. It's such... That is the most dumbass comment I think I've heard in my entire life that I don't know how to... I don't know.
With this big suit. And the fund I manage is called Blackstone... Actually, scratch that. Subscriber Stone Capital. And anyways, a bunch of wealthy people recently gave me a lot of money. And my job is to buy businesses, make them more valuable, and sell them in the next 5 to 7 years.
Viltrumite in disguise.
So with the clock already running, the pressure was already on to deliver. But the problem is, big returns only exist in places that nobody else has risked going to before. And right now, all the obvious targets are taken. Manufacturing, healthcare, logistics.
You're literally 30. Stop cooking me.
And retail.
Sorry.
Because there's been so much private equity activity over the last few years that the big firms have already bought most of it. So as a newer fund manager on the block, I had to find an industry that the big guys haven't figured out yet. And if I wanted to make a name for myself, I was going to have to get creative and lock in. But where would I even start? And so just as I was able to lock in and, you know, put on my favorite playlist.
Was that hyper-focus music? For ADHD. Right, we gotta check that out right now. What is... Okay. You want to know my hyper-focus music when I need to lock in? That's better locking in music, I think.
Playlist, it hit me. The next investment was staring me right in my face.
Holy 2010s, yes.
A platform that now has more TV streaming hours than Netflix, a platform called YouTube.com. So over the next few days, I furiously
Is he just filming himself smoking a cigar?
started doing research on my next target.
Dude, I hate to admit it. I've been listening to Nero's Day at Disneyland again. You know that song from like, oh yeah, no, that band. Oh, my Spotify's
Straight
washed.
watching you. You're like just chilling with one of the boys. Anyway, where do I sign up for the fucker fan?
Okay. All right, ban that guy. Ban that guy. Breadbite, you always make the most degenerate on hit. Ban that guy. Ban him. Yeah, I'm not scrolling down anymore on that. Like half my playlist now is just TikTok Sigma music.
I mean, channel. And after looking through every niche and crevice of this website, I may have just found the one.
Why does everyone that makes you laugh get banned? I don't know. It's the only rebuttal I've got.
So let me walk you through how I, as private equity, exactly what I did.
Just got Dwayne Johnson on call.
Identified the perfect fit. So thank you for joining subscriber Stone investors. For
Vsauce music.
today's meeting, I have 3 criteria on why we need to invest in this channel. And the first and foremost is this channel has a proof of concept. This channel has predictable revenue every single month from AdSense. And this channel probably has a tiny team. Let's just say probably around 5 to 6 people with low overhead. But this brings me exactly to number.
I will never get a big company invest in me. Because you could literally give me $1 billion and I'd be like, what do I do? What do I do with this money? You get so many people that are like business. I mean, a good example here I see is like creators like Ludwig. Ludwig is very business minded. He obviously knows what he's doing. And I swear he even said he's got like 3 more years left in him before he just basically takes a managerial role. I would be terrible if I got an investment. I'd just be like, okay, we could buy a green screen. Yeah.
2, which is potential. So as you can see here, this channel has...
It'd all go on commissions? Okay, true. I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it.
System views, but it has a loyal audience. So as long as we find the right topics and format, this can be something we can grow into.
You're explaining every YouTuber on earth. Why have I not got an investment yet?
Third, running out of time, so I'll tell you about it later on in a different meeting. So anyways, even without that third criteria, you can start to see what private equity firms are looking for when they decide what channels to invest in. But here's why we've only seen the beginning of this. Because after crunching the numbers, let's say I found this Gen channel makes, say, $1 million a year. And in any other industry, a business doing $1 million a year with margins like this would cost me a fortune to invest in. With YouTube channels,
Ludwig is business minded, but you can tell he actually enjoys gaming, which at the core is why his content works. All business. And it's just soulless. Yeah, he obviously has a passion for it. Because people will be able to see right through him otherwise.
Come to find out that they sell to 3 to 5 times their annual earnings. But what I can sell it for is a completely different number. But before I get to that, I had a problem. Because when my boomer boss has never even heard of Mr. Beast, he came from this world of spending $500 million on a single hospital. How was I going to pitch him this opportunity? Now, after some convincing, he reluctantly agreed, but now the pressure was really on. If it all goes wrong, I'm cooked. Now my job was on the line and I was stressed. Maybe this was a dumb idea. What am I even doing? I should have just invested in another hospital. But then I remember something a wise man once told me. Just do it! And that's when I realized
I don't think you should be using Shia LaBeouf as an example after the Mardi Gras stuff, but fair enough.
I had to go all in. Because just buying one channel isn't the play. The play was something much bigger. So I bought 9 more similar channels for a similar price. But here's where the math gets really interesting. What I do next is to combine all 10 under one company in what's known in the private equity world as a roll-up. And what it unlocks is a few things. One being greater efficiencies, because now the same legal team handles all the contracts, same person negotiates every brand deal, and same thumbnail testing operation, accounting, and compliance. It's exactly what private equity has been doing for years with hospitals, but the biggest unlock is what this now means for me and my investors. Because remember, I bought each channel for 3 to 5 times its earnings. But after this roll up into my portfolio, as a whole, this now sells for 12 to 20 times earnings. So without making any of the channels better, just by buying them, putting them under one roof, the valuation is now 20 times more. It's exactly how I make a shit ton of money, and it's the power of multiple.
I remember using that that green screen of the money falling for like every MLG video.
Arbitrage. So a few years pass and now my boomer boss is happy and he can't stop bragging to his friends about how much money he's making from this site called youtube.com. The problem is,
You guys remember when the motto for YouTube was just broadcast yourself? Do you remember that? Before everything became all corporate?
still haven't paid back any of my investors. We're at year 4 now, but remember, our fund's investors are expecting returns by year 5 and 7. So the clock was starting to run out. So now it wasn't just about locking in. I have to make money. So now it's all about optimization. That extra day that we used to give to make the videos better are cut. No, we want more videos per week. Let's also optimize content strategy. Those videos that the creator thinks that is interesting, who cares? Those need to be under strict questioning now. Instead, what we need to be doing are videos that are proven to perform. That's the priority. And just like that, similar videos are now starting to get put out week over week. And we're pumping them out like a content factory. And audiences are slowly starting to notice that something is a bit off.
See, the problem is when this happens, your channel becomes really successful, but you lose that loyalty with your fan base. You become, I remember there was I don't think we've got time to go over it today, but Folding Ideas did a really good video here where he was invited to the Mr. Beast compound. And he basically made a point that like Mr. Beast is like one of the most successful YouTubers on the entire planet. If you mention his name, 9 times out of 10, anyone's going to know, no matter what age bracket. Like people in a retirement home, they will know who Mr. Beast is. But he doesn't actually have like a fan base, like a subreddit or anything like that.
Comments, but who cares? We're here to make money now, and if I want to maximize profit,
Am I growing a mustache? No, I need to shave, bro. Stop reminding me.
I have to eliminate these risks. And the biggest risk is staring right at my face here. Gen here may have been the one that built his channel from the ground up, but if the whole channel depends on just Gen and he burns out or gets sick or decides to leave, this asset stops becoming worth anything. And I can't have that happen. It's what's called the key man risk, and there is no way in hell I'm gonna...
I wonder how Game Theory's doing because Matt Pat stepped down. I think he still appears from time to time, right? I mean, no, they still pull in pretty good views. Yeah, they're still pulling like a mil for some videos. I don't think that's terrible. It's definitely not as much. I mean, is Matt Pat back or... Hello? What the fuck is wrong with Opera GX?
Who do we play as in Poppy Playtime?
Oh no, it's still that British guy that was meant to replace him for Game Theory. Okay.
Gonna lose out on my investment because of Gen. So I start hiring new hosts that happen to be slightly more attractive.
He appears on streams sometimes.
And taller than Gen, and they slowly start getting introduced. And now that we have more hosts, we can start launching more channels like Gen Plus. And since we're now pumping out videos every day,
yeah, it is. I know it's a different host for each Theory channel.
It's too expensive to hire a creative director, so scripts start getting approved by AI to make sure it's brand friendly and it's at least good enough to go before filming. And weeks
I think I would actually kill myself.
pass, and now the channel.
Yeah, I think the next main channel video we're going to do after Total Chaos is going to be Look Outside. It's just all going to be AI, guys.
Slowly becomes something that could keep running without the person who built it. The thing is, comments now really start noticing. And some now even start commenting.
I guarantee you, I could get ChatGPT to write me a script like my scripts. Because I have someone that helps me write scripts now. You know, like a co-writer. I think I had them since Darkwood. But every video before that, like, you know, Fat Cry 3, Cry of Fear, I wrote all that myself. I guarantee you, I could probably get ChatGPT to emulate my scripts. I make all the edits and stuff to make it look like mine. And I could fool everyone. But I would feel so unhappy with the final product, and I would feel like such a fraud that even though the content output would skyrocket, it just would not be worth it. I would just have no joy in doing that at all.
Think that this is the last Gen video that they'll watch. But here's the part that matters and why no one has told.
Why'd you need a script? Dude, the 8-hour videos, are you serious? You know how, like... Have you seen on this stream how, like, bad my brain is? How I keep going off on tangents and stuff? Could you imagine, like, me doing Darkwood or, like, Cry of Fear or something without a script?
Told you about this. The FTC updated their endorsement rules in 2023 that if a creator gets paid to promote a product...
Someone in chat is absolutely mind broken that I was actually able to... That my videos are scripted on main.
Like they have to tell you exactly like you see on this video. But if a private equity firm buys that creator's entire channel, even if every video they make going forward is produced inside a portfolio being managed toward a financial exit, the creator doesn't have to say anything. And that hush hush is exactly what allows any of this to even work. Because here at Subscriber Stone Capital, what I didn't tell you is we do businesses with these creators in 2 ways. Either we own it outright 100% or a majority stake acquisition of 50 to 80% where the original creator remains. And we actually prefer those deals because now the creator also becomes a shareholder in Subscriber Stone Capital. Okay, but why do we do?
Okay, why are we now saying the live stream is scripted? How would that make sense? What, you think I've just got like a notepad open and it says like, oh yeah, it's been 2 minutes, do a side quest again.
Well, oh, time's up. Sorry. Anyways, well, when their financial interest is now aligned with mine, he or she is going to damn well make sure he's going to keep cranking out videos. But more importantly, he or she is going to damn well make sure to not tell you, the audience, that
or they, them. Can we have some inclusivity, please? Thank you.
he or she was owned by me all along. Because we both know how that will go, right? By aligning our incentives and having stakes in each other's companies, now the creator is handcuffed because at the end of the day, we both want the exit to go well, right? So...
Did he just do a 9/11 joke?
Because at the end of the day, we both want the exit to go well, right? What the fuck? So it seems like I was joking, but the thing is, none of that was even a bit. Like, yeah, Subscriber Stone Capital is fake as shit, but it's similar to what actual private equity firms that bought your favorite channels have been doing for the last
Postal movie opening? Okay, that's some baller knowledge there.
5 years. And a few main players are
Absolute garbage film, but it's so funny.
increasingly driving up all of the...
I like the director for that, the German guy, Uwe Boll. And if you call his film shit, he just threatens to like box you. I think one writer actually went up and he just got absolutely bodied by him.
Deal flow. And it's not just happening to YouTube. The same dynamic is playing out everywhere online. Platforms that seem free are really just collecting everything about you and selling it to whoever will pay, like your inbox, your habits, and your behavior over time. And all of it is becoming an asset on someone else's balance sheet. That's where today's sponsor, Proton Mail, comes in. It's a private email service built on the idea...
No. I'll let the billionaire company steal my data. It's okay.
So we'll be looking at 3 main players in their portfolio, but why not start with the first and the biggest, Electrify Video Partners. Based in London with $135 million raised and backed by another private equity firm called Capital D, they've been buying
these nuts
up a bunch of channels over the last 5 years. And you'll definitely recognize at least one of them, from Fireship, which is a coding education, Simple History, history animation, Improvement Pill, self-improvement, and this one really surprised me, Fern, that amazing documentary.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me that Fern's been bought. Those channels that do like 3D animation and stuff, and they're basically just completely faceless. That does not surprise me.
Free channel, but the biggest and most significant one is Veritasia. Ran by Derek Moeller, Electrify became the majority owner and took over hiring, logistics, compliance, tax.
Yeah, that's crazy how many employees. I think I've got like just under half that amount of employees, like total, for like all my channels.
In a deal that allowed Moeller to stay on as co-owner on his 20 million subscriber channel.
They would take care of things like hiring, production, logistics.
This deal was actually announced a few years ago in April 2023, but...
See, I wouldn't like that. With him, I totally understand because I watched his video and he talked about, you know, he's got a family. He wants to actually spend time with his kids and his wife. And that makes total sense. But yeah, if I had someone that like did the hiring for me and stuff, I would just kind of look at it and think, I could have done that. Why did I get someone else to do it?
Hold on. Take a look at that date. The deal closed in 2023, but he didn't directly tell his audience on YouTube until Christmas Eve of 2025. So why did he wait? Well, I imagine it's because they knew exactly how people would react. Oh, and I say they because he also became a shareholder in Electrify itself.
I signed the deal in April 2023, and since then, Veritasium has been owned and run by me and Electrify.
So obviously his financial interest is also aligned
Holy passive income.
with the firm's eventual exit. But to be fair, it was also a smart business move. By keeping it low key and then going on to create 3 of the channel's most watched videos ever, and subscriber counts continue to grow by 50%.
His videos are really good though, especially when he uses the actual animation and stuff.
50% by showing that nothing has changed.
Do you read Twitch chat? No.
And then announcing it.
Yeah, I've got both chats open on screen. I can see.
There's not much things that an audience could say. And especially if Moeller is still there and the videos are still quality, if we look at just the numbers, Electrify did make Veritasium better. So the important nuance here is that private equity takeover of a channel doesn't automatically equal bad, but you know by now that if every deal looked like this, there'd be no video. Because remember what I said earlier about Keyman Risk, which is a perfect transition to our second player, Lunar X, which was specifically launched by former KKR executives to invest in digital.
Okay, that was 1 letter off. Nice save.
First media brands, and they
terrible name for a company. Change that immediately.
Made a splash onto this scene in 2022 by acquiring The Game Theorist with 40 million plus combined subscribers across their 5 channels. And similar to Veritasium's Derek, the sale was framed as this thing that would let MatPat, the guy who built it, to finally be able to.
Anyone got this guy never remembers to combine the chats on his own? I'm reading your message right now. What do you mean? Or are you on about showing it on screen?
Step back.
On March 9th, I will be hosting my last Theory episode.
The deal was that MatPat would handle the creative direction behind the scenes and Lunar X would handle all the boring business stuff. And since MatPat has officially stepped away from the camera, on the surface, it actually seems like a success. They gained 1 million new subscribers across all 5 channels, but the revenue tells a different story. Estimated.
I think more the views tell a different story. But again, it's like you've got the creator of a channel and he wants to obviously spend time with his family or whatever he's doing. And that just goes to show that, like, you know, you can't be a YouTuber forever. So that was an inevitability that the views would go down.
Monthly earnings has dropped 70% from roughly 52,000 in March 2024 to around 13,000 to 17,000 by February 2026. So what this tells you is that once the...
I legit cried when MatPat stepped down. Reasonable crash out. Actually reasonable.
Keyman has removed himself from camera, the loyal audience also went away with it. Now,
well, I don't think the loyal audience went away with it. I just think a fraction of them moved on. It's not like his entire fan base left. It's not like he's pulling in like 10K a video.
Remains to be...
He's probably lost... I don't know. What would be a good approximation here? He's probably lost about 1/3 to 1/2 of the views he'd get per video, I think.
Seen if they will recover, but for some, they didn't even get that luxury. Which leads us to our third and final player, Recurrent Ventures. Oh, and they raised $300 million from our favorite private equity firm, Blackstone. And their portfolio is huge, from Task and Purpose to even Popular Science. But their most important acquisition is Donut.
He still writes videos. I'm pretty sure he always had like a writer, or at least like a co-writer anyway.
Media. Founded in 2015, these 4 guys built a
Oh, I covered this on PyroLIVE like a year ago. Like, yeah, their entire channel just like fell off.
cult following around automotive content with their 5.8 million subscriber channel. And so it's no surprise that Recurrent Ventures was all over this to acquire Donut, and they successfully did so in November 2021. And the big promise that they made here was that all founding staff would remain, but that soon changed. After securing that sweet
New Game Theory's mid. I don't watch it, but I think a lot of people will always say, oh, it's mid now, he changed, the content's changed. But it's like, I think Jacksepticeye, I default to this explanation a lot, but Jacksepticeye would always get comments saying how, you know, your new content sucks or it's not like the old content. And I think he said in that video, I didn't really change. It's more just you kind of grew up. You're looking back at a simpler time when you didn't have a job, you didn't have income. Because most of my fan base, I've noticed, like there'll be some new gens, right, that are younger, but the majority of the fan base I've got now have like grew up with me. Like my age bracket now, you've got like 15 to 21. And that's like what most people have that do YouTube and they're popular. But my fan base now, the huge majority is actually like 25 to 35 or something like that.
$300 million funding from Blackstone.
I was not bought by Israel. Don't say that.
Recurrent started moving different. They overhired across a portfolio, attempted to squeeze more revenue from product reviews, and when they
still don't have a job, it's over.
The economics deteriorated, they started to cut costs. And
I grew up from 2017. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
even though raw subscriber count continued to grow,
Hi Pyro, I hope you're having a good day. Could you please check out a game called Hark the Ghoul? Whenever you get the chance, thanks.
What's Hark the Ghoul? I have to keep zoning out just in case it's like a porn game. Oh, PS1 slop. I'm in. Oh, it's not out yet. God damn it, man. You always keep recommending games that aren't even out yet. Okay, I'm going to keep a tab open for that as well. That actually looks kind of cinema.
million by 2024. What didn't, and sounds a little bit corny, was that magic that made them great. Less than 3 years after acquisition, 3 of the 4 guys all departed within weeks of each other, and so did.
I'm 30, have a family, and a 10-year-old son. Do you actually? Holy shit, boys. Pyrofan actually made it.
The audience, because 2 of the
isn't that crazy though? He's lying definitely, but the difference there is like night and day. You've got like a guy that got into a relationship, got married pretty young, like 20, had a kid. Kid's 10, he's 30. That's crazy. And then someone right below him is probably like 21 and they're just dressing up as a femboy with their legs on the desk wearing like the thigh-high socks. Isn't that crazy?
Their own independent channels, big time and speed, and just within a matter of weeks crossed 1.6 million combined subscribers. So with all these different outcomes, and right now it's showing more bad than good ones, what's interesting to see though is that private equity money keeps flowing and flowing. And when you look at the channels that they're targeting, it starts to kind of make sense. Take a look at that.
Can we get the guy out that's just spamming bought by India? Mods!
Position map again. Veritasium, Fireship, Economics Explained. These are all channels aimed at educated adults in high value niches like finance, education, and science. And this matters a lot because a regular
Thank you, mods. Appreciate it.
TV ad around these niches costs around $10 to $15
Why is one of the fucking mods now saying bought by India?
to reach 1,000 people. But with YouTube, in one of these niches, it can cost $50 per 1,000. And again, it goes back to advertisers not just paying for impressions, but they're paying for that trust. It's the same reason that Subscriber Stone Capital would go after a channel like Gen, because if I had to guess, you watching probably have more disposable income than someone regularly watching slot payment.
They're Fortnite skins now. Look at what you guys did. I hope you're happy.
Or kid channels, but turns out even that is changing. Because one of the biggest deals in this entire space that I haven't even talked about yet has nothing to do with educated adults. It has everything to do with toddlers. If you have kids or for some reason watch this show, which is kind of weird, you know exactly what this is. But also it's probably more weird that you've never
Adults that watch Bluey are on suicide watch right now.
heard of them, considering that they're the second most subscribed YouTube channel on earth with 120 million subscribers. But in November 2021,
I've spoke to some YouTubers that have tried to make like kids channels, like YouTubers that basically quit and they just didn't enjoy doing YouTube. And they were like, they wanted to do kids channels just because of like the amount of money you could just make from just, you know, mass producing that kind of slop. And they never took off. They never do. Like Coco Melon has such a stranglehold on that scene.
Candle Media, run by former Disney.
Isn't Coco Melon bad for kids? Yeah, I think the problem with stuff like that is, I mean, okay, I did make a joke about, hang on. I'll play this dono in a sec. But I made a joke about Bluey there. But the funny thing is, Bluey as a kid's show has actually been rated very highly because obviously the animation is, you know, really, like, very good considering the amount of, like, kid slop that's put out there. But also, I think I read somewhere that it teaches kids valuable life lessons, and it teaches them about, like, you know, empathy and stuff like that, and it's okay to make mistakes, that kind of thing. It's not just like Johnny, yes, Papa, eating sugar. Like, I've never watched Bluey, so I don't know, but that's what I've heard. Thank you, Azra, for the 10. Pyro looks so big and rotund today. I bet when he slaps his belly... Okay. Right.
Hello Pyro, I'm not gay. You should check out Greensboro Der.
What is that?
It's an analog horror.
It's an analog horror. Greensboro DNR.
Hey, Red Bite again. Just wanted to say I genuinely do love your content and listen to it at work. And just want you to know I always clip these wild donations to send to my friend who also loves the content. Kiss kiss.
Thank you, Breadbite. What a nice dono. You've definitely cleaned up your act from that last dono. What is this? This is really small views. Okay. I'll keep a tab open for that as well.
The executives, and backed again by Blackstone, acquired Coco Melon's parent company for
Jesus, $3 billion.
$3 billion. And what they built with that money is a system that literally tracks second by second when a toddler stops paying attention.
It's like, just look at all those bright colors and stuff. They are not learning a thing. This is the equivalent of like when Markiplier to get people's attention would like jangle his keys.
Toddler stop paying attention.
Like there is no life lessons you're learning here as a kid. It's just noise.
Attention to their videos. Am I figuring out
I see stuff like that. It is genuinely so depressing. You have no idea.
the exact moment a 2-year-old looks away, they can engineer every video onwards to make sure that never happens again. So point is,
there was a video actually that I saw of this girl that snitched on her brother. Hang on. I sent this to a mate, but I need to... I just remembered this now. Hang on.
Israel, India and Furlandy all battling to see who can sissy hypnotize Pyro the hardest.
So... I saw this on Twitter the other week. She blamed her brother after breaking the bed rails, but the camera caught her lying. I don't care about the video. Listen to what's playing on the kid's phone. Listen to the amount of brain rot. Listen to the amount of ding sound effects you hear. I don't know what he's watching, but like the mom needs to take his phone away for a long time.
Bro, I'm telling.
He's watching he's probably watching like a fucking Rain Bear IG reel or something, man. Like, take his phone away.
Come on. Dad. Bro, what?
Right, I'm hearing like the ding sound, and then I'm hearing like MLG sad violin.
That is so right. This is break my freaking damn. But she blaming me, but it was her. Right, you blaming you. You
How can he even formulate a sentence? Like, his brain must be so fried from just hearing the constant dinging over and over.
freaking broke it. You still did. Bro, you standing on it. No, you didn't.
That is insane. I did not care about the video. I just heard all the brain rot noises, and I was like, oh my god.
it's not just channels for adults. Private equity is increasingly reaching the youngest audiences who know nothing other than to press play on their damn iPad. Because as long as those kids keep watching and begging their parents to buy the latest merch or game, that's all the return on investment anyone needs. And the thing is, every deal that I've showed you...
Hey there Pyro, love your content. Have you ever seen the Enigma tapes? It's an analog horror that's fully 3D animated. Thought you'd like it.
The Sigma tapes. Oh, this is the Undead Captures guy. I'm pretty sure we've watched this before. I think. Alright, I'll keep a tab open for that.
So far are only the ones that we know about. And when collective investment into YouTube channels have now reached $4 million, there's probably a lot more that we don't. Like again, maybe this channel. But
why are we saying 2016? Are you dead ass?
Before I reveal that truth, we have to talk about what all this actually means. Because everything I've talked about isn't just about entertainment getting worse or
These AI videos, by the way, they actually get hundreds of millions of views. It's crazy.
bought out. Matter of fact, all this even goes beyond money. This means controlling what the next generation believes and how our future is already getting manipulated. And if you think that's hyperbolic, think again, because we already saw what creator trust can do when it's pointed at politics. During the 2024 election, Trump sat down with Joe Rogan, Aiden Ross, the Nelk Boys, Theo Vaughn, and dozens of creators most boomers and big heads that traditional media has never heard about.
President Trump back on the podcast.
With that, I'll say that to
Didn't that guy have Benjamin Netanyahu on his podcast as well? The Nelk Boys?
the Nelk Boys.
It's our last chance.
If she wins, the country's finished.
His appearance on
Anytime I look at that Nelk Boys guy, I just always think, you look like Steve-O if he never started doing drugs.
Rogan alone pulled nearly 38 million YouTube views within hours, and during his victory speech, Dana White got on stage and thanked content creators by name.
I want to thank the Nelk Boys, Aiden Ross, Theo Vaughn, and last but not least, the mighty and powerful Joe Rogan.
Among listeners who said podcasts influenced their vote, 54% went for Trump. But where I'm going with this is, here's where it gets uncomfortable. Private equity acquired channels already are being told to change content to be safer because controversy scares of advertisers.
He thanked Aiden Ross. No, I know it's over.
And their portfolio.
Did you see Aiden? Okay, this is kind of funny actually. Aiden Ross's reaction when he found out that Hassan got banned. He just starts playing like the most stereotypical Jewish music. Hang on. This is like it.
No way! Yes! Oh my god! Oh, cuff him. Cuff him. Oh my god.
Go to the stream.
Oh my god. I know. I'm gonna look. Oh my god. Stop. Cuff him. There is.
Turn this snooze fest off and hope on YouTube Shorts.
I'm on YouTube
Need
Shorts.
Something more engaging to listen to whilst I scroll on my phone and play Fortnite.
Right, you need help, genuinely.
There's no way. Cuff him. I'm gonna celebrate. No, hold
Go
on.
to the streamer ban.
He literally typed in Jewish music.
Fearbo might be getting his check.
Yeah!
Oh, come on. You're not even going to play the entire bit. It's not funny now, is it? See if we can find a longer one.
Yeah! There's no way. Cuff him. I'm gonna celebrate.
Okay, that's just the same thing with like brain rot sound effects and 9gag trolling music.
Portfolio management. So if that's already happening, what's stopping a private equity firm from acquiring political commentary channels and steering their editorial direction towards candidates who would pass laws that benefit the firm's other investments? Because the thing is, there's currently no rules against it. And right now, when an influencer is cheaper to acquire than some mainstream news network, plus the audience trusts them more, and like we established,
Yeah, and also like streamers and stuff, they generally have like a younger viewer demographic than like, you know, people that watch TV and stuff.
when a creator
It's crazy.
doesn't have to disclose what private equity firm they're owned by, it really becomes a no-brainer on both sides.
Can we have the Jewish music as the background music? No. All right, give me do $1,000 as a dono and I'll play it. There you go.
And so remember that third criteria I mentioned in the subscriber stone investor meeting? That third criteria I'm sure private equity firms
That's the price to buy me there, $1,000.
consider is how much the channel values money over principles. Because I can tell you from experience, I've gotten offers for this channel that I can't fully disclose. But what I can tell you is that when those conversations happen, the first
Thank you, Azra, for the 10. Pyro, will you be invited to the White House and show our glorious president, Donald J. Trump, the art of furry art? What, is that like a thing on like the art of the deal? That book that Trump wrote?
thing that gets discussed is the sort and list of topics.
I think the worst thing is if you had someone that goes up to Trump that he likes, like Aiden Ross or something, and then Aiden is just there like, yeah, it's like kind of like animals, but like they're like kind of anthropomorphic, you know, like they kind of stand up like a human, so it's not really an animal. Trump would just be there and he'd be like, I don't understand, but I like it. I like it.
That you're not.
And then he just gives him like another Rolex or something.
Not allowed to touch anymore. So really think about where all this is heading. We stopped trusting the banks after 2008. We stopped trusting the government a long time ago, hopefully, and you stopped trusting mainstream media. And now it's pretty undeniable.
Art of the deal, 7 failed businesses, by the way. I still remember when Trump tried to do Trump vodka. He tried to start his own vodka brand, despite the fact that he has talked about how he has never drank because his brother was a severe alcoholic, and before his brother died, basically said to Trump, never drink, you'll ruin your life. Which was a great motto when he started selling vodka. Yeah. No idea why that business went under.
That trust has been transferred to your favorite.
The Trump board game? Okay, that was kind of genius though. Come on. It's just his face on it. I don't even know how this game works. Is it just like a ripoff of like Monopoly? I'm back and you're fired, Trump. You know what's crazy? I remember seeing like, before Trump was even president, all these kind of like videos of Trump when he was younger on interviews, and people were just saying in the comments and stuff like, oh, he's so down to earth. Like, oh, he's so based. He should be president.
YouTuber like myself. But at the same time,
thank you, Chud, for the 6. Please look at the new Benny video about the Trump situation. It's a full-on conspiracy theory. America is cooked. America was always cooked.
When 80% say that the biggest trust killer is when influencers reveal themselves as not genuine or transparent, unlike the other institutions we named that lost trust slowly over decades, this relationship is something that can break overnight. And what we're now beginning to see is that it's not just private equity, but the largest companies is making their way into one of the last institutions that people sort of trust.
Please buy me out, big company, please. Please buy me out.
As I was finishing this video, OpenAI just bought TBPN, a live stream talk show that's like the sports center of the tech industry.
A core part of this is editorial independence. We can say whatever we want because we're live and we don't need to run anything through anyone.
Well, we'll see.
Just unsubscribe. It's not even saying that he unsubscribed. It's just singular unsubscribe.
About that, but when reports are saying that the deal was somewhere near $100 million, we'll see how.
Yeah, the fact that he was saying that he's not censored and stuff, cope.
Much independence that truly means. So whether this is the.
It's almost like when you try to cope about something, you're just bringing more attention to it, and it just sounds like you're coping.
Beginning of the end, one thing is for certain. Within the next 10 to 15 years, a major influencer is going to run for president, and he or she is going to win.
Logan Paul's probably going to run. Someone with a huge ego is going to run. Definitely. They won't win, though. I don't think they'll win.
When that happens, the question won't be whether they're qualified.
You will have YouTubers running, though. I 100% guaranteed that. What's the minimum age to run for president again? Isn't it 35 or something?
The question you need to think about is who owns them. And so I'll be going even deeper into this issue next week on my free newsletter in the video.
Yeah, that's like some scary stuff, though. Oh, God. Logan Paul running for president. Could you imagine? Like, unironically, bro, imagine the grifting. Imagine the grifting. All right, I think we got time for one more. I saw this one here from Quinthio. Pirate Software's mod team quit.
It's not because it's a pirate video.
I don't know whether this is like they just quit, like it was announced, or they all just dipped.
I'm not going for the
mods, if you're watching, please don't leave. Thank you.
Sarcasm route here. Pirate Software's crew, more specifically his first mate, that being Kronos, his head moderator, and the rest of his mod team have either been fired or jumped ship. And in doing a bit of research, there has been some very interesting details that have come out surrounding.
One of the mods just said, "I'm here, big guy," and another mod below just said, "Bye."
This mass exodus / firing.
The duality there, the duality.
That has just gone down. Like Pirate apparently calling Kronos a parasite, as well as the rest of the moderation team seemingly starting to jump onto the Pirate software hate train. We had some sleeper cells from Quaker Nation
Dear
infiltrate
Pyro,
the
can
very
you check
public...
out Rome 0120 and then can you pretend to say you'll play it? Love, Diddy.
Thank you, Diddy, for the $40. $40? Damn! Thank you. I hope it's not the Diddy I'm thinking about. But, yeah. Oh, Rome, you're on about that game where it's all the photos and it's a horror game? I've got that listed. I want to play it. I want to play it at some point. But I've heard that game is, like, hard as nails. Like, it takes a while to make progress, and if you die once, there's no checkpoints. You just start from the beginning. Thank you, Rare, for the 2. Panda Express later. I don't think there's Panda Express in Australia.
Discord that Kronos has himself.
If there was Panda Express, I would be living off that, and I'd look like one of my commissions.
Where he hopped into a voice call alongside a lot of the other mods who seemed to just be chatting. And it seems that they were having some conversations in regard to their tenure working for Pirate Software, and I would say the negative aspects of that, which are going to become very apparent. And I thought to myself, well, given the severity...
He's wearing a milkman bit. I'm assuming the bit is like milking content, like self-aware. I just thought it was like a Ted Nivison bit.
Of what is going down here with a lot of the Pirate Software community, you know, leaving the community leaders. Well, I guess to me, it just feels like the Pirate Software ship is finally sinking. So I figured now would probably be the best time to bring back...
Still not loud enough. I can hear you. All right.
Back the limited time doubling down merch.
Quick change, Quinthio here. That is right. We are bringing the back together.
Get that bag. But I'm not. No, I feel the engagement going down.
I'm Fetus getting his Twitch ban, things like that. This may come as a bit of a shock because Kronos was interacting during that time and communicating with the different parties, including I'm Fetus. Now, this got brought to my attention through...
Pirate Software was a really good, cool community back before he played WoW. Yeah, I just remember how famous the guy was. He had everything. I mean, you know, everyone's going to jump on the Nepo thing with his dad, but like, you know, he had a contract with Ludwig for like a game designer or something like that. He basically started doing short form content when YouTube was really pushing shorts to compete with like IG Reels and TikTok, especially TikTok. He was getting insane amount of views back then.
My Discord, as we have a couple of threads for...
Thank you, Ocelotron, for the 15. Can't you inflate the save vests at Pirate Ship?
You know, drama...
What does any of that mean?
Discussion. Speaking of, hey, check pin comment. Might have the Discord link if you're 18 and up, like play video games, chat drama. But you can see here, it says, no longer engaged on Pirate Software work or associated with him. Contact him directly or go to his Discord server. Now that is not worded.
He worked at Blizzard? No, I was trying to say, like, I was trying to not include the Nepo aspect.
I would say in a very positive way. But of course, that could just be how I'm perceiving this. Let's just kind of go into more of the details. Now, just one more tiny prerequisite. The only person that I'm going to be, like, showing their Discord name and stuff is going to be Kronos. But for the sake of just, like, keeping it nice and simple, I am going to have blacked out all the other names. Now, I have reached out to 2 other separate mods to see if they were willing to comment.
He had these events in his server where people would make indie games and everyone would play them. That actually sounds based.
And I'll also include screenshots of those. They were not interested in having a conversation. I don't necessarily blame them, but wanted to show you guys that I made some...
God, I'm trying to remember when I covered Pirate Software stuff. Like, I've almost memory hold it a bit. I think, like, just one of the main reasons why he lost so much community rep was because... was it the WoW incident? Was that really the thing that kind of... Was that the powder keg? And then everyone started to basically look into his past and stuff from that? Because I just remember, like, he got a real big ego in that WoW raid, and he basically just wouldn't back down or admit fault. That kind of thing. And obviously, that's the one thing about a YouTuber. If you look like you've got an ego, that's really bad. That's kind of why so many YouTubers kind of, they parade, or they do this tightrope walk of, like, being self-aware, but also trying to get a genuine opinion across as well. Oh, the Stop Killing Games. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. That Ross video game dungeon was pushing. That's right. That's it.
Effort to reach out to them. After those 2 responses, I figured, okay, I think I know how they're all going to be.
Thank you, Azra, for the 10. I'm trying to watch the videos, man. I could just do an XQC right now, right? I could literally just, like... I could just be, like, here.
And I even shot a whisper to Kronos, but of course...
And then I could just say nothing. I could just say nothing. I mean, if that's what you want, I could do that.
He did not reply, and he's got me blocked on every other platform. So this is kind of like the first evidence to show you guys, to show what I'm talking about here. This is Kronos in a VC call, as screenshotted here, with a few other mods, as well as...
Lower the camera a bit.
I think a few ex-members of Pirate's Discord. And there's a bit of chatting here. You know, it just kind of seems like, you know, Kronos is speaking out loud, and the rest of them are pretty much just like, you know, chatting by typing in the VC chat. Now, again, I don't have concrete proof that they're always talking about Pirate, but using context clues, I think it's easy to kind of understand sometimes.
Pro, how much do we need for you to donate to do an Asmongold style react by just saying okay and raise your eyes, raise your eyebrows every 5 minutes? $10,000, I think, is pretty fair.
When they're for sure probably talking about him. In this case here, right behind me, somebody here says, just anything that might be used against him or proved him wrong gets nuked. The fuck? Now, from what I understand, most of these messages come from around the same VC over the course of a couple of hours in that evening. And I'll just be reading through the main points, but feel free to pause and read the additional stuff at your own pace.
What's the nuke that's dropped? Apparently it's missed. It's the principal not to stood down to his level. Well, I put the stick to the hornet nest for a bit of community 2 days ago. Thor accused Kronos of being a parasite and removed his mod access. It's not pettiness, I just think everybody forgot who's on their follow list.
Whatever. But the top one here to start. So what is this nuke that's dropped that I've apparently...
Yeah, calling someone a parasite is crazy. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I mean, even if he felt that way, it's just like, you don't lash out at people like that because it just never works out well.
Missed, it sounds mad, and someone replied to them down here. Thor accused Kronos of being a parasite and removed his...
It's such a horrible word to say to someone as well. It's like well-spoken English, like thespian. You, sir, are a parasite. You would do nothing but climb out my rectum like a tapeworm. Skedaddle out of here. Thank you, Curry, for the prime.
Mod access to Discord / Twitch / etc. That is where I'm getting this, you know, he was called a...
Dude, you gave 7 cents, you brokey. I think a white knuckle deserves a main channel video.
Parasite thing.
Oh, are you actually on the ARS? Are you actually on the ARS? Ah, dude, you got a Rick Sanchez profile picture. My poor child. I'm so sorry. You can charge back on that donor, that's okay.
And it seems like shortly after that, he ends up putting in his 2 weeks. I say that because in this other screenshot...
Thank you, Beer, for the prime.
Here we can see, this. Gonna prepare the catapult. Right after that, the prepare the catapult. K, I'm assuming Kronos already gave notice, don't stress. They also follow up, and now this kind of seems to get into them, you know, airing their grievances with Pirate, saying... Common, all the collab and raids you did to all different people, versus Thor on a loop only raiding the ferrets does say a lot, seemingly talking about him being selfish. Another previous mod saying just waiting.
Raiding the ferrets? What's the ferrets? Is that stream that he was running with the ferret enclosure? Is that it? Because I swear that was the same stream just when he was offline.
For PS stream and general chat to realize it. I'm assuming realize that all of the mods have...
I do remember he would have these streams, though, where it would just be like a bunch of ferrets that he, I think, rescued or something like that.
Disappeared. Someone else saying, same here for Block Game. I actually have a really funny clip in regard to that. Not exactly the same, but very similar.
How do you feel about Alien Isolation 2 getting teased yesterday / today?
Thank you, Retart. Okay. Thank you for the 10. Alien Isolation 2, I saw the trailer. It looks peak, even though the trailer... I mean, it just shows that it's going to be on a colony planet now. It's not going to be on a space station. Imagine if you held the motion detector and every bit of rain was like an individual sensor. They might do that as a mechanic.
Now, Block Game was this like Minecraft thing that Pirate Software was working on with one of the mods here as like the lead kind of Java developer for it, which they ended up stepping...
Why do you still move when the video is paused? What? Why? What does that mean? Get him out. Get that guy out. The cray dump guy.
They ended up stepping down because Pirate wanted it all to be converted over to Hightail, which was a huge job to do, and the mod was like, I'm not capable of doing this at this time. But Block Game wasn't receiving updates, and apparently it had been down for 4 days, and nobody noticed until Thor got a text-to-speech in his stream chat literally today or yesterday, as the time that you're watching this. And here's that clip.
Block Game is down. It's been down for like 4 days, and no one said a word. I'll go put it back up. I was trying to see how long it would take before somebody actually checks. But nobody seemed to care.
Oh, you can hear that resentment.
I don't like it. Is he putting the mods like on the spot there? Like what?
Building. Holy shit. But nobody seemed to care. Now, the following screenshots are not in any particular order, maybe just because I think that's going to be a better viewing experience for you guys, but truly this is just kind of a...
Okay, I'm going to do a big cope here. I'm going to do a really big cope. I'm not defending Pirate Software at all, but I definitely think the way that his voice is, his tone of voice, the way he enunciates himself, I think that when he speaks, he can definitely, I mean, there, he's being snide 100%. But I definitely think he has like a pretty, his tone of voice can be interpreted as like very condescending. It's like, a good example is like Pokimane. Pokimane's a good example because a lot of people look at her and they just think, holy shit, you are so performative. You are so fake. But I mean, okay, she's a streamer. Like, yeah, definitely a little bit performative. But I definitely think a lot of that could also just be like the cadence, the tone of voice, that kind of thing. I don't know. I've just thought about that sometimes. Again, it's not an out, it's not an excuse. I just think it's really interesting to think about stuff like that.
Highlight reel of some of the stuff that they were saying. This one right here, people are saying hi to each other. And then I think they're, again, talking directly to Kronos here while he's in call. I think you were a shield for a lot of BS. And then a bunch of people saying, I canceled mine.
I can't have a condescending voice. I talk too quickly.
From renewing, mine will expire soon. Will end in June. I believe they're talking about their subscriptions to Pirate. Following up in this one, it's kind of clear that the other moderator...
He fakes his deep voice. Well, I can't say anything, can I? Because like you go back to 2017, I was doing the fake deep voice all the time. How's it going, everyone? Flashbang here.
Really were not a...
So I saw this video today, and it was like a really big video.
Fan of Pirate Software, probably not even Kronos himself towards...
It was like an epic MLG video, mate.
The end. Someone said here, there's a reason why I wanted this community to be good for you and for all the mods to be chill and be safe from him. Someone said, well, you did lure in people with someone's name. You're a warmer person. He and the community were begging you to stream. And then someone else saying, you are the reason why he didn't lose mods and other streamers quicker. Now, this could be Kronos. It could be also they were chatting amongst each other, a different mod in this chat here. But still, like, making a point like you're the reason why you didn't lose mods and other streamers quicker is crazy. And I do want to jump in.
Pyro, sort of a serious question. I have wanted to do content creation since I was a kid. I've just recently turned 21 and I'm worried it's too late for me. Do you have any advice? Thank you.
It's never too late. Don't think about it like that. That's not a good way to think. If you start doing that comparison Andy stuff, you'll never be happy. Dude, you got some of the biggest YouTubers in the world right now, and they're basically in their mid-30s. Look at Corey Kenshin. It's never too late. I know people that started doing YouTube in the UK, and they're like pushing 40, unironically. It's never too late. If you start using hindsight, you'll never be happy. You're like, oh, I could have done this last year. Oh, I could have started this thing years ago. I saw a really good video from this woman. A woman was speaking, and I listened and learned. But she was saying something about like the reason why you're not happy in your current situation, or you've got this goal that you haven't achieved at the minute and you're like doubting yourself. Your future self already has that goal achieved. Your future self already has it in the bag. All you're doing now is like working towards it. That's why you compare so much. That's why you get so annoyed or think that it's not going to work out. Because what you're going to achieve is going to be such an inevitability that your brain just can't understand it. But everything does lock into place eventually.
Just make it clear, I'm
either that or you become a femboy, then it's over.
not doing this to be like, aha, I told you.
Bro is not a philosopher. I never said I'm a philosopher. I literally, I just said I stole a fucking IG reel. I just said that.
You so or anything. I'm actually really surprised that the full mod team has dropped. It really seemed like these people were right.
Sounds like a woman Pinterest moment.
Spider dies. And from my understanding, with as long as they had
Woman pit, that was such specified rent. Well, how did you come up with that?
lasted alongside him, I thought that maybe Pyro...
Dude, I gotta do like comedy night with chat at some point. You know that game that Jinxie and that plays? Because like I saw the Ed and Ross fan base and they're just like, N-word, Lamau.
had been...
But I don't know, you guys could come up with some funny bits, I imagine.
And treating them better than how he treats his community at times versus how he treats people that are more, you know, public facing, like the dramas that we've talked about. But that is just simply not the case. As a matter of fact, one of them pointed out that one of the reasons that they stopped watching him was how mean he was being to his viewers. There's just some kind of like chatting between them. And then
I just quit my job on the spot. Thank you for the inspo. You're not the same guy that said you wanted to do content creation. What are you going to do now? Just like smoke meth? Like, I didn't mean any dream you wanted.
Right at the bottom here, my biggest problem with him and why I stopped watching him was the casual cruelty he showed to members of the community. And so again, this was...
I don't get how people do that, genuinely. Like, I have like fan interactions and stuff, like I get recognized in public, and like, even if I'm like, you know, if I'm tired, exhausted, not in a good headspace, I always try and make sure, and I'm sure so many other content creators do the same, where they try to give the best possible experience. Because it's like, imagine watching this person for years and you finally are like able to have you know, see them in person. I get in my own head so much about that.
Wasn't just reserved for, you know, just random members of the community. It was clear that it was also him treating his mod team like this, including Kronos, like calling him a parasite and all this after, you know, pretty much everyone has dipped on Pyro. Most of his fan base, most of the viewers that he would have had are completely gone. And now it seems like he is also just turning on everyone that's close to him. Or maybe this has been a very slow burn over the course of the last couple of years, and now it's finally...
Imagine seeing Aisha Speed in person. That would actually, I would get nervous. I would genuinely get nervous. I think the only two people I have met that I've got anxious seeing that are YouTubers was when I met Game Grumps back in like 2018 or something. And then also when I met PewDiePie. When I met PewDiePie, I was actually like shitting it.
Culminating because he probably can't pay them, or at the very least he can't pay most of the mod team that he originally had when he was talking about, you know, paying for their dental and having them have insurance.
This is like before he went to Japan, by the way. That was crazy.
And full paid, you know, full-time.
I still remember the first thing he did, he just took the piss out of my shoes. He was like, why are you wearing those? They're so gay.
Jobs. Another interaction here. Someone says, Toxic X could be referencing.
And then
Pyro, and I am saying this with love. Since I started watching your content in the big 2025, when I first heard your old voice in your past videos, I genuinely forgot to breathe for a minute by the shock.
Thank you, Nikki, for the 10. Yeah, I'm just going to chalk it up to like autism voice. Thank you, Azra, for the 10. Just got a fat raise at work. Thanks for the inspo. Say that again.
You know, what's being...
A what raise?
Chatted about. But someone says, Ori does some BS to community when you had mental health day like AP stuff in December. Basically fucks with your days off. Now, this could just be them, you know, like, oh yeah, and then when shit hit the fan, like when you had to be out something.
Yeah, I always think your mods need to be treated with respect. I mean, I've like... You guys have seen how like inconsistent my streaming schedule is. It's all over the place. I feel bad because of that, genuinely. Like I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, like, you know, are the mods going to be available now? Like I'm not setting a consistent schedule, that kind of thing.
Thing was going on.
I've always put like a mental note in my head as well to like, I always have to thank the mods, like in the chat after I stream and stuff as well. Fucking hell. Oh god, I'm like karma farming so much right now. It's crazy. Obama picture where he's giving himself a medal.
And here, sorry, you have a reasonable take on stuff, Kronos. Clearly it's a problem. I almost want to believe that I
don't know, I just think if you have like people that are willing to spend their time to do things like moderate your chat and stuff like that in your server, they deserve like, you know, they deserve like respect at least.
It has to do with
that's gay.
The fact that I was you know, giving him a bit of praise here recently with the I'm Fita stuff. It sounded like he was pointing out the fact that there were a few, you know, pirate fans that were also...
Yeah, can we get W mods in chat? Come on, come on! Let's Break character for one time.
You know, being a little too intense, thinking that, you know, Fetus was directly targeting Pirate in some malicious way when he was doing the parody shit. I'm truly just speculating there. I have nothing to back it, but that's, you know, the best thing that I could come up with. It realistically is one of hundreds of other issues that they probably ran into, and it just happens to line up with also what happened recently. Next one up, this one comes along with a clip to show you guys, but they're chatting back and forth, and somebody sent in a Twitch link here from one of Pirate Software streams, and I'll play the clip here.
I wanted to ask, are the mods okay? Did you maybe lose the basement key? Notice they are less around. Just wanted to know. I don't mind if you won't explain.
Right, if someone said that on my stream, I would do one of two very mature things. I would ban them or tell them to kill themselves and then quickly say in a video game.
Was just wondering if everything is okay. Happy to be a part of this place. Keep on keeping up. Chat, remember to use bread and watch the noodles.
Do you think I should pour some, like, noodles down there? Like is there like a food that am I supposed to feed them?
Now that you've got that context, they follow up here saying, yep, plus did try to make it a joke so we can dodge it in a funny way. Am I supposed to feed them? ... He, at this point, had lost pretty much most of his mod team, if not all of them. Probably did the thing to Kronos. I think that's what led to all of the other mods also kind of dipping. And yeah, they weren't super stoked about it. Following it up, just seems like these people really prefer Kronos over Pirate Software at this point.
Kronos, I'm sorry you have a community of people that prefer hanging out with you rather than Thor's pirate. Because you have a much chiller, cooler place with less drama that could have easily been avoided or reduced.
Point. Someone is, I'm assuming, messaging someone earlier. Kronos is not Pirate Software mod. Another individual says, Kronos, I'm sorry you have a community of people that prefer hanging out with you rather than Thor because you have a much chiller, cooler place with less drama that could have easily been avoided or reduced. So like, as much as it is just a good point, it's like, okay.
You give me hope for my future? In what way? What?
Okay, you know, there's less drama over here, this community. It's interesting that they're making a point that there could have been less drama that was easily avoided or reduced, referencing that Pirate did not handle it well. And then somebody else down here, former mod, he has nobody to blame but himself. He sees enemies and then makes them his enemies. Sounds like, you know, describing how he was turning on, like, his mod team like Kronos.
He sees enemies and then makes them his enemies.
Sees Kronos as an enemy, makes him an enemy, even if that wasn't the case. Following up, though, we have something where it seems like they're chatting about a situation, or Kronos is talking about something that happened to him, and the other people are chatting, saying...
Talking about him being wrote like a Vivsy Pop character or something.
When did that happen? Oh god. Just always shift on mood. Is never fun...
What do you mean pre-watch? I fucking read it as he had it on screen.
Deal with. Doing something based on somebody's mood that day, that must have sucked. I'm sorry you went through that. That's not okay. Yeah, right. He has no empathy. Again, assuming that they're talking about Pirate Software.
Should talk to iDubbbz.
And then the last screenshot that I have to show you guys are them chatting more so, starting with quote-unquote friend. This is the same person chatting in these two that I'm going to read back to back. They say, well, it used to be better than corporate, referring to their job working under Pirate Software. And then they said, that work environment didn't last very long. And then to jump back before that, someone else had said, friends, so long as you're super convenient. Person talking about how the work environment has changed says, Jesus Christ, man, I know, right? Followed up with, that was my problem with everything. He did very little to see things from any other perspective. Now, where have we heard that before? It is to some degree cathartic to see that the mod team was having the same issues, and now it kind of recontextualizes it that, like, yeah, maybe they weren't the biggest fans of the guy, but they were getting paid. Like, they were a part of that community for however long when it was good. So I don't necessarily blame them for noticing these things, being bothered by them, but still sticking around. It's like when you're doing it for a job and the boss is kind of an asshole, you just kind of put up with it. And then down here continuing, someone said,
that's a really good comparison, actually. Yeah, it's like, you know, I mean, fuck the guy employing me, but like, I'm still being paid.
Same here. And following after that, and it was always, this is what I did and why I did it. That's why it's fine. Which I'm pretty sure is exactly what he explained to Dr. K, and how Dr. K responded to that with being, yeah, that makes you sound incredibly, incredibly arrogant.
Oh my god, yeah, Dr. K, the gamer therapist guy, or whatever he is. Like, I don't know actually what he is. Some of his stuff is so interesting. I've watched a lot of his things. Like, he's talked about ADHD and stuff like that. He is a very, very intelligent guy.
I think sometimes the things...
I could do an interview with Dr. K. I think he could cure me. You could cure me of like all my commissions and stuff, genuinely.
That I talk about in regards to those types of things is misconstrued as arrogant.
It's not a fucking makeup pencil. Well, you know what? You're not calling it a vape, so fair enough.
Or boasting, when in reality, I'm just trying to give context.
So that is the problem right there. So I want you to listen to this phrase.
Sure.
This gets misconstrued as arrogance, but in reality, it's this.
Yeah.
That is the most arrogant statement on the planet, bro. Like,
What was that statement he said again? Hang on, Jarvis, go back.
Sound incredibly arrogant.
I think sometimes the things that I talk about in regards to those types of things is misconstrued as arrogance or boasting. When in
Okay, so actual holy deflection.
reality, I'm just trying to
Dude, that was like a parry with the Dark Souls buckler shield. Jesus Christ.
give context.
So that is the problem right there.
And that tiny ass shield that's got like the smallest parry window in the game.
So I want you to listen to this phrase.
Sure.
This gets misconstrued as arrogance, but in reality, it's this.
Yeah.
That is the most arrogant statement on the planet, bro. Like, tell me I'm wrong.
Okay. I don't see it that way, but all right.
Now, as it comes to a close, just the last thing to...
I think what I've noticed, like that statement in of itself is not bad to make. Some things I say get misconstrued. But the problem is he didn't try to explain it in a logical way. He didn't try to actually, you know, because if I was accused of something like that, I would literally waffle for like 20 minutes, almost like kind of building like layers, like kind of a barrier or a shield, that kind of thing. But it'd be more like, it would look like that, but it'd be more kind of me trying to explain using like the logic side of my brain, not like the emotional side of my brain. Which a lot of people with like autism, ADHD, they tend to do that. They tend to actually use logic quite a lot instead of like the emotional side, because the emotional side can be very kind of like chaotic. But yeah, it's almost like the way that he said it was just like it was a statement. It's not up to be inferred, to be interpreted. So yeah, I can see why that comes across as arrogant.
Show you guys, as I am a man of my word, here are the photos from me trying to reach out to some of the mods to see if they were willing to have a comment on it.
The arrogance is more from the word choice. Oh, definitely. Definitely, yeah.
The most I got out of it was they don't wish to comment, also make better content. So I'm going to try to make the jump cuts feel a bit more natural with this one, out of respect for making a bit more quality content for you guys. And same thing with this bad boy. I gave a bit of information here. No thanks. You could just leave it alone, right? Of all the content to create, you chose this one. Now look, were they kind of being stinky to me? Yeah, but from their point of view, I for sure deserve it. And I'm sure that they wanted to be a bit more nasty to me than they even were. So kudos to them for being as respectful in their disses as they were. At the end of the day.
Thank you, Chaz, the 37.
They've been
When's the next main channel video? I have already said, little bro, it will be out early May.
Dealing with this drama.
Because yeah, we did try to get it out for April, but it was just like, we're 95% done with the video. I don't want to like, dude, if that video goes out after like 3 months and there's like an editing error, I'm going to kill myself.
And this drama has led to them kind of leaving. I don't know how good they had it with Pirate Software during the glory days of working with him, but I can't imagine that they would be very kind to anybody, including myself or anyone else that has made videos covering the Pirate Software drama. I doubt that they would be happy to be speaking with any of us. I know that I've done my best to be charitable when there is room to be charitable with Pirate or with any of the other content that I cover.
I like the dramatic irony of him saying that he's tried to be, charitable and fair and balanced. And then he's wearing an outfit that says Milkman.
That's kind of my whole goal, is to try to remain unbiased, or when I do have an inclination, to let you guys know and let you make your own decisions. But I
Yummy graphite. I'm not eating the lead. I'm just biting the end of the pencil.
do want to make it clear,
It's metal.
in this situation with these mods, don't go after them. Don't call them jerks because they're being mean to me. I really don't blame them. There's a good chance that all these people are swell people. I don't necessarily doubt when they were saying things like, hey, you guys are the reason that mods and other streamers didn't immediately leave the community and that they were slower to leave. These were people that probably...
I mean, that's good that he said that. Showing a bit of empathy there, because obviously a lot of the mods would have probably just chalked it up as like, oh, this guy's like a commentary drama vulture. He's just going to like use us for the views and then leave.
Kept this community together more than just about anyone else. They can fundamentally disagree about the utility of a channel like mine talking about this stuff. And so again, knowing their side of things, I don't blame them. And that's why I've censored their names, because I don't want you know, these people getting got after because of how, you know, they were chatting about stuff, or, oh, they're hypocrites, or, you know, why were you sticking around when you guys also didn't like this guy? They were doing their jobs. I'm sure it was not nearly as bad as it was at the end as it was at the beginning. But yap over, I hope you enjoyed my coverage of the Pirate Software stuff. Again, this is looking like yet another kind of cycle to the end, unless Pirate does something on his own volition by himself.
I mean, I just think he just needs a new fan base at this point. He needs to kind of cultivate and get the new gens in. Because I imagine that his fan base, the people that are left over, are like pretty old. Not like Unk. Well, maybe Unk, I guess. Like, because Unk is just a word that's interchangeable with anything now. But yeah, interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Right. I am going to dip because I've got the gym in 15 minutes. So I need 15 minutes to bring myself down, listen to Blade, and cry. So yeah. Catch you guys later. Bye-bye.